One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
1 minute. Someone's keying their microphone. Okay, stand by for systems. Okay, Steve. Okay, you got that. Someone is keying their mic. Let's get off this frequency. Let's put it another 30 seconds next round. Roger. And 008, hold us heading.
Two cameras are on.
Winds are okay, Steve. Westerly at about 10 knots.
Coming on. I'm indicating 004. How does that look?
Looks good, Steve, and all systems are okay here. Winds are westerly at 10 knots.
Okay.
This is NASA 1 calling 10 seconds now.
10 seconds. Roger. 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How's everybody doing tonight? We are live here on a Friday night, but I wasn't done playing something. I accidentally clicked out of it, son of a gun. Oh, gosh. I had it all lined up, guys. I swear I did. 1 second. We're going to run through this real quick. Let a couple people get into the room. Just torture me a little bit more, why don't you? Hang on a second. Give me a second. Hey, Dandy. Oh, good. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, ideally, I didn't want to, And welcome back. Welcome back to the Derek Farmer Network. From Big Chuckles to Moose Knuckles, you got it locked on the Derek Farmer Network here, the DFN. And tonight is Friday night, Derek Farmer Social Club, DFSC, in effect. I had a pretty good week, Dandy. Hopefully I'm not too echoey. It's pretty windy out, although it has chilled out a little bit. You guys can see it's a gorgeous, late summer, early fall night here in South Central Michigan. Close, but not too close to the Indiana border, because we never want to get too close, to the Indiana border. Scary anomalous things happen there. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. What we got going on here tonight is a little bit of a fire. I'll have to get up momentarily here and check my bacon, because after a long week of work, I like a good meal. I like some greasy food. So everyone was talking about cottage cheese. I think that I appropriately bought the Michigan small curd cottage cheese. If you're not fortunate enough, Junior may not be here. I can't expect Junior to be here every night. Yeah, sure, he's retired, but for God's sakes, people have lives, and he's probably right now arm wrestling some sweaty redneck in Kentucky, for his stepdad shit. So however that's going for you, Junior, I sure hope it is going good. Remember, the North did win the war. Keep that in mind when you are down there. If you have to remind them of that, they hate it. They hate it. Anybody looking to, get on the air here and mix it up a little bit? You know me. I mean, it'll either go for 15 minutes or 3 hours and 15 minutes. So we'll see. I'm enjoying a nice, this is new to me. I don't know if anybody else likes Faggo, delicious Michigan-made pop. Now that Town Club no longer exists, of course, Town Club, formerly a great pop company from, I think, the east side of the state somewhere. Something I used to enjoy getting when I would go to a little town by Detroit called New Boston, Michigan. close proximity to Romulus, Belleville, Flat Rock. Anybody familiar with Downriver probably has maybe heard of New Boston, or even the town Maybe. I'll never forget the night my cousin and I, who was from New Boston, that's why I would go there. It wasn't a vacation destination, Sibley Road, And but there was a little town, he had this old clunker, this like a 72 Pontiac Catalina. And we'd go out driving around in the middle of the night, not drinking so much, but if we wanted to drink, even as teenagers, we could drink right there at his house. His dad soaked down the beers pretty good and always had a refrigerator in the garage. You know how dads do in their space. Everybody on the east side of Michigan hits a big lake or has a cabin somewhere and will fish. Oh, tater tot casserole, Dandy. You can't just put stuff like that in the chat. You are going to completely cut off my thought, my thought, because I love tater tots. One, is there a finer, more delightful, flaky potato than a tater tot? Unless you put cheese on it, it somehow elevates it to that next level. Don't you think? I love tater tots. There's a couple college restaurants in Kalamazoo. One thing I noticed, a lot of these college towns, they have long-standing traditional restaurants, and Kalamazoo really lacks a lot of that. I feel like the pandemic maybe killed a couple of the more smaller ones, while they were still in existence. But one of those like Ann Arbor style delis where you go and you get like a, hey Ruth, good to see you. Ruth saying hi to me, Derek Farmer. I am the host, and to Dandy, the only other person in the room. And that's okay, because if it's the Derek Farmer Social Club with just Ruth and Dandy, then we'll call it our personal social club. We don't need anyone else. It's probably bad though. I'm out here in the country. I'm cooking. Here, I'm going to spin you around real quick so you guys can see what I got going on here. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, there's El Cambo. Yes, I got my other little table over there. You can see my little hot plate. It's so sad. A little cooler. Oh, my shotgun, just in case. And anyways, I can smell bacon cooking all the way over here. So let's hope that those wild coyotes that I hear sometimes howling around here and eating ducks out of their dens in the middle of the night. So here's what I got for a burger tonight. So Dandy says burger, onion, cream of mushroom, sour cream, cheese, and tots. Oh wow, that's your recipe for how many layers? How many layers? I need to know, Dandy, because I'm a details guy. Otherwise, it could go either way. I could use my grandma's like deep dish, deeper, dish that she would make macaroni and cheese in. She didn't do a shallow pan macaroni and cheese. She did kind of a deep one. And she would add her own milk, a little bit of milk, a lot of cheese, a little bit of milk. And of course, in real butter, you would make the breadcrumbs and put those on top to toast up nicely at the end. I'm getting hungry, goddamn it. I'm getting hungry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I'm trying not to cuss on here, you guys. I mean, it's not well, though, Dandy, I hate green beans. I would omit the green beans. There's no way I could ruin a delicious casserole with green beans. I mean, why don't you just pour antifreeze on it, for God's sakes, Dandy? I mean, what are you doing? Green beans? Are you punishing yourself? Why don't you just get one of those, and whip yourself, like walk down the road, whipping yourself with a can of green beans. I mean, come on, Dandy. No, I get it. I come from that family of casserole people where green beans went in all the casserole, trying to trick the younger people into eating something, even if out of a preservative-laden can. Velvety. Well, Ruth, yeah, I know, but you have to use them, I think, at the right time. Otherwise, you end up sounding like a commoner, which I most certainly am not. We all know I come from a royal bloodline. A royal bloodline with a last name like Farmer or Pig Farmer. You say you slop your pigs today, Farmer? Oh yeah. I used to hate my last name, man, in elementary, and then finally I grew into it. Now I love it. Brussels and bacon grease. Yeah, that's I tried those little what I call miniature cabbage heads. Also, something I was actually going to go over today. I accidentally erased that too. Something called the Michigan melon heads. It made me think of that. Have you guys ever heard of the Michigan melon heads? They were large-headed, bald, small, children-y looking things that used to come out of the woods back in like the early 1900s. And they're describing a gray alien, but they're calling them some kind of medical experiment gone wrong, basically, with what's the name of that horrible disease that kids can get where they. But see, these ones had an enlarged head, so it's an enlarged head. That one that's it's like Zika virus will give it to you. I know the Beetlejuice, I think, on the Howard Stern show has it, whatever it is. Oh, anyways, yeah. So I'm not just gonna have a regular burger. I got a thick cut bacon tonight that I'm cooking up. I can smell that cooking. Oh, it's got to be a good 25 feet away, and that's exciting when you can't afford to eat out or eat fancy crap all the time. To be able to smell bacon cooking across the yard is very exhilarating. I love it. I love the smell of bacon in the morning, Not quite as much as napalm. But and then also, of course, burger. Now here's the key with burger. A lot of people like to get, they're on a health kick, you know what I'm saying? And so they're always trying to get the most lean meat, for whatever they can do. So they get some kind of lean sirloin for a burger. That sounds great. Well, Dandy, I spent some time in Bernalillo, New Mexico, and roasted green chilies with my Aunt Terry. We made chili, of course, enchiladas out of them. But did I say? I meant chicken, not chili. I'm reading that at the same time. I've had exactly 2 drinks by the drunk guy last night that I gave a ride to the Shell station after, having an armed conflict in the middle of my road. But I ended up giving the poor guy a ride. I told him I was sorry, but I didn't know what his intentions were. You know what I'm saying? So I had to level one on him, if you know what I mean. And he left his, I don't really drink much, but I sometimes like to loosen up, before a burger on a show, on a social club night after a long week at work. So, but I only got the one here, and the only reason I have this is because some other drunk guy left it on the unopened on the floorboard of my vehicle after I said, no, you cannot drink that while we go to Shell. I have a perfect driving record, you idiot. You can't drink in my fucking car. Just because I'm not drinking doesn't mean you can. God, people are crazy, man. They just do the craziest shit. Ruth is asking something about bacon, and I need to know what. First, I want to just acknowledge that Dandy talks about green chilies. I mean, Dandy, are you from the desert Southwest? I didn't spend a lot of time there, maybe about a month. It was sure fun, though. I sure did have a good time. And I think we went up to that Rio Rancho. Isn't that where Sandy lives? Is that or something? We went up we're going to go up the mountain today, That's how they talk out there. All sunburned all the time, with those deep grooves in their face. From squinting, I guess, all the time and getting all that sun. No, I never have though put cayenne or brown sugar on my bacon, but I don't have an oven. I just got a frying pan. I mean, I have an oven, but I've never used it in the RV. Hooking up propane and Derek Farmer don't really mix. I'm nervous of it. I mean, I have a carbon monoxide detector also. RC is still around, Ruth. Had one just maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's still around. Maybe it's not as around as it used to be. I don't know. It's slowed down a little bit. But anyways, the Spago that I'm having is new, and it's if anybody remembers those, what do they call those pops? Like a rocket pop or whatever they call those old ice cream with the red, white, and blue. Patriotic pops. Let's see. Dandy says I'm on the western slope in Colorado, almost to Utah. Okay, well then you're way out there. I've never been that. Let me think about that for a second. Western slope, Utah. Yeah. See, the only time I took off out of Colorado, I hit 25 and went due south. So I went through, I think, Santa Fe on my way to Bernalillo, Albuquerque area. Yeah, well, it's not really my property, Dandy. You know, I mean, I don't really have money for solar or ovens or things like that. I mean, I'm just gonna have to do what I can here. I mean, if anything, I wanted to just collect field stones and bake bread. You know, I looked up on YouTube a few instructional videos on making fieldstone ovens, and I'm real fond of. If anybody knows what naan is, it's that sort of Indian flatbread that if you were to go to an Indian restaurant, you would get this sort of big elephant ear looking bread without all the sweet stuff on it, and it would just be warm bread. Maybe a little garlicky or some some herbs on there, you know, and it's called naan, Naan, and they make that sometimes in like a stone hearth oven where they're using like these big sticks and kind of like flipping it around like a big pancake or something, you know. That just seems so gratifying. I could just stand there and do that all day if I knew how to do it. What can't you find anymore, Ruth? Oh, RC? Really? Interesting. Maybe I don't know where they're headquartered at. I'll be on Fago and Town Club. I know those are Michigan things. Back in the old days, we drink Stroh's beer. You know, that was a Michigan thing. Oh, oh, that's cool, Dandy. Maybe you should make a little video of that. You don't have to put your, you know, if you don't want to be on camera, you know, you could just make a little video of building it. That'd be really interesting, I think. Or at least let us know how it goes. Hey, chicken, you know that's a fire, chicken. Don't let your feathers on fire. You guys see the chicken? This chicken just loves me. Hang on a second. Where'd you go, chicken? There you are. There's chicken. Chicken's getting bigger, you know. But he doesn't have to worry about nothing, you know. I mean, he's lonely though. He's got no hens, you know. There were 14 of them, and he's number 14. You know, I don't know where the other 13 are. I think something took him away. Number 14, I'm so sorry, you poor little thing. I mean, your whole family was taken away. And I don't know if it was coyotes, aliens. I mean, I don't know if they cored your butthole. I don't know. Not you. Obviously, you're okay. But as Linda Moulton Howe would say, sometimes a butthole gets cored, you know? Excuse my language, folks. I mean, that's what they do to those cows. Them, I mean. And then they smear it all over the outsides of themselves because they don't have a digestive tract, so they get the protein and nutrients through the enzyme system through their skin, and that's why they smell like dog shit, aliens, because they literally have rotting meat all over the outside of their flesh. Some of them, right? From what I understand, the enzymes in their actual skin will break down the schmear, if you will, the schmear. I guess that's what you got to do, Dandy. I mean, I don't know. It's not really mine, you know. I mean, the dog's not mine, you know. I mean, I'm sure someone will pop on like they did last night and say I hate my chicken too. But I love the dog and I love the chicken. But there's like one each of us out here. There's one human, one chicken, and one dog, and it seems to not be satisfying in some way. You know what I mean? I talk to the dog. The dog seems to listen. The chicken and the dog, however, don't get along. The chicken loves me. The dog gets jealous. So we do got kind of a tryst out here, you know, a sort of who can love Derek more kind of thing. And that's okay. Well, they're both very protective over me, the chicken and the dog. Maybe, Ruth. I mean, maybe Chupacabra did get the chickens. Maybe that's right. I should get him some hens. I mean, we had them. They came in real cold off the post office truck. The hens, and they didn't make it. You know, a lot of them. Then they got another load of them. I say they because I don't know where this shit comes from. I went and picked up the ones at the post office as I was instructed, but I didn't open the box. I heard scratching around. I get them home, and then it's like, oh, there's one or two that are left, and the other ones were icicles, little mini icicles, I guess. It was, you know, wintertime. I mean, it was cold here late in the year. Of course, Derek Farmer Social Club is a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. I don't think we're quite entertaining enough to have a social club yet, but maybe someday when I can have some live music in the background. You know, if I could have somebody back there playing like jazz music or something, I think that'd be so cool. Just doing it live with a light jazz in the background. But I would like to say to Thank you to tonight's sponsors, Cheech and Chong's pre-rolled marijuana cigarettes. Cheech and Chong been doing it right for a long time, and their infused pre-rolls are no exception. This one is Sweet Melon Indica, 1.2 grams of stony goodness. Ah, that is a peach. Hey, Watson's here. Oh, I didn't have the number yet. I don't think, unless remember, Shay, I'm supposed to call you. It's okay. We've only been on for a mere 24 minutes and 12 seconds here. The fire is barely going. Actually, it's all barely going because it needs wood. But I'm here. You know, I don't need to stop a broadcast to add a little bit of fuel to the fire. See, when you live by in the real world without a green screen, you can actually do things in the background without bumping into a green screen. Because you're living real life, you know what I mean? I get a lot of people don't want to put their personal house up online, and I don't know. To me, it's like, well, if you're inside of your room or you're inside of somewhere, how would anyone know? I don't know. There is a two though. I don't like green screens, and I don't like green screens. I like a real. This is so much more pleasant. You know, this is actually right here. You can almost smell it. You can almost smell it. I can't do wood burning. Does that say do? You don't like wood burning, Shay? Is it because of the fire thing? What? Wait, did you have a fire? Someone had a fire. I don't remember. I mean, Shay, I feel like you've done everything, including possibly been to like another solar system. Oh, but Shay saying hi. Oh, Jerry, that's okay. You can lurk. My gosh, maybe you're preparing dinner or who knows what. Crocheting. As much as I love you guys to participate, no pressure. I never run out of crap to talk about. I mean, for the most part. A rooster needs many hens, says Dandy. They like it a lot in the daytime. Roo saying hi to Shay. Shay saying, yeah. Ear fire. Got you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you need a new keyboard. And as president, I promise folks to separate the I and the O button on every keyboard across America and to ban all fountain drinks. Why? Not because they're bad for you. I don't give a shit what you do on your... If you want to inject a fountain drink, go ahead. Because as a delivery driver, I have spilled hundreds of gallons of fountain drink in my vehicle. And it's annoying. I would think as a country, we would have moved past fountain drinks as a whole by now. But I guess not. Ear fire. Did you burn your ear off, Shay? Oh my God. Ban QWERTY? Really? I don't remember what it used to be. Isn't it QWERTY the same as Smith Corona? No, I just want to put a physical... I need some kind of modification for every keyboard in America, and we'll get a good American company to 3D print these. We don't need to get our garbage from China. We can make plenty of garbage right here. And just a physical thing that clicks into the keyboard that you could say like a bumper in between or some sort of barrier where it's physically impossible to hit the I instead of the O or vice versa. But usually for me, it is hitting that I instead of the O. And it's like, so every time I want to put the word on, I'm putting the word in, and it's so frustrating. Yeah, I don't mess with autocorrect too much, but if I know it is actually correcting me, then I'll click on it and let it correct me. I don't like to spell wrong, like in a text or anything, and I don't like shorthand very much. I tend to be very long-winded in even digital print media, so need a different keyboard. And yeah, I don't know, maybe one that starts with A and ends with Z. Shit, I don't know. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? I mean, I get it. Once you get used to the letters, you're supposed to be able to type, but I never took up to it. And they didn't have computer class when I was in high school. You know, it was what they called a typing class, where you would put on an electric typewriter, load up your ink cartridge, I suppose, and go to town with a Smith Corona. Cap lock, yeah, that can irritate me sometimes. Shay saying, I take mine off. Yeah? That's one way to do it. So yeah, you know, oh, and I'll have to start my grill here. Oh, I hate interrupting the show, but I need to go check that bacon. Oh, I never finished what I was making besides bacon. I'm not just gonna sit here and eat, a pound of bacon, although I could. I'm not gonna lie. I love bacon that much if it's cooked properly. I would like to know, and I don't put this in the comments myself, how do y'all like your bacon? Like your bacon cooked? Flappy or all burnt up? Question mark. All right, you guys think about that for a second. Oh, yeah. So yeah, that was sort of, kind of piss poor planning on my part that when I put the fire ring over here, if anybody remembers, there was a dude kind of staying out here. He might still be here sometimes, but the other RV, and we don't really have like running water, and so there was a big bucket of poop, when he left, and I didn't want to be over there, so I moved the whole fire pit over here, because I'm weird about that stuff. I don't want to be around a big bucket of poop and pee. It scares me. That's like a biological weapon as far as I'm concerned. Very crispy, huh, Jerry? Yeah, word processors are pretty cool. Never got into them, but I mean, I knew a couple of dudes that did, and they were writer types, or intellectual types, if you will, and they really seemed to get a lot of enjoyment out of it, Yeah, I'm a opposite of very crispy guy. In fact, I unless it's like on a salad, like cold bacon bits or something that are all smashed up on a salad, I really do enjoy a more tender bacon. Same with a good fat back, or whatever you call that, pork back or whatever you call that. It's like real thick bacon, like that thick, and it's got like that crusty edge on it, But you want to get the fat where it's just is sinewy the right word? That's weird. I don't know. It's weird to think about. It's kind of gross, if you think about it ahead of time. But if you close your eyes and throw a piece in your mouth, it just melts. It melts like homemade ice cream right in your mouth. Those are the finer things in life, Yeah, you can sit around and eat, a pound of, Eckrich bacon, but sometimes you need that little bit of, like a lesser amount of something a little more special, Like instead of a pound, maybe a quarter of a pound is something that you really, really like. Excuse the the Kingsford charcoal briquette noise. I got to prepare for the burger end of this, where I will be bringing a pretzel bun, red onion, bacon, and some Danish blue cheese all together on a pretzel brioche. Thank you. And it's going to be delightful. I just know it. Oh, yeah, they sure are. Ruth saying hi to Jari. And, Grandma's here? Oh, that's nice. Hi. Oh, that's okay, Grandma. Geez, I mean, you stayed like half the night last night, or the whole night. That was so wonderful to see you. And, finding out that you were brilliant on top of it and know so much about all this weird stuff makes me want to get with you sometime. So, please, one of these days, let's do a co-panel, Grandma. Streakoline. What's that mean? Streakoline. That sounds like a product. Oh, anyways, I was saying a lot of people like. Thanks for saying lean. That brings me back to an earlier point, which I didn't finish, as I do most of my points. They go unfinished. But personally, for me, a burger shouldn't be made out of ground sirloin. Save the ground sirloin for meatballs or goulash, so it's not all greasy. In there with the tomato sauce and stuff, and you get your least amount of grease that way. But for a burger, you really need to be working with 75 to 83% beef and the rest fat content, in my opinion. Because the only way that it cooks properly is to do it quickly on a relatively medium heat. And with the fat content being higher, it will cook in the middle a lot quicker and lock that juice in. Dandy's saying ham steaks are good fried in bacon grease. Yeah, they are, because something about it almost tenderizes that ham steak. Can be kind of tough sometimes. Or sometimes you get like that little crust on there, that little brown crust, from the bacon grease. That sounds good too. Haven't had a finer ham steak in a while. People don't think of ham steaks as good stuff, but I love them. And I'm not a big ham fan. I know I cooked a ham on the fire last year, I think. But I was desperate for a show idea, So I threw an entire ham ass on the fire. And you know what? It turned out pretty good. Of course, it was pre-cooked, But the whole point, with the bacon grease. And then Dandy, what my grandma would do, well, she had a way of, she'd use something called, any of you ladies ever heard of anything, or if Tom Webster's happened to be watching, heard of Kitchen Bouquet? I love Tom. Kitchen Bouquet is a sort of smoky gravy making stuff. It's like smoke in a bottle, but not quite smoke in a bottle. And you would add it just like a cap, a little bit like a teaspoon, maybe a little bit into what you're cooking pork wise. But you would my grandma would cut in half the potatoes, and so it would be like 2 halves, and then she would cook that in this sort of a little bit of brownish liquid with some of the ham grease left over, and those would brown up, and then they would turn brown for the first, say, third of the potato all the way around, and then in the middle would be white, or whitish, yellow, whatever, cooked, but the brown would soak in, and the brown equals flavor. And my grandma made the best friggin' on top of the stove half potatoes. But it was almost always exclusively with things that were cooked with bacon. Like a ham steak, or she used to make the best cube steak and potatoes. Which I said once, to somebody when I was like a teenager, and they teased me, oh, your grandma makes tube steak? So every time I talk about my grandma's cube steak, I have to not chuckle thinking that she made great tube steak. But I'm not sure about that department with Grandma, but Grandpa seemed happy. I don't know. Ruth saying, Grandma, good to see you. Jerry saying, Ruth, good to see you. And that's great. I'm glad you guys are having a good Friday night. I thought I might do something a little bit earlier. Maybe try to because I've been working on a little bit later shift, like a more 2 to 3 to 11 midnight, whenever I need the money till, basically. one bonus of working DoorDash is it's all commission, so there's no overtime. So if I want to work 100 hours a week, I can, you know. Not that I've done that yet, but I mean, let's say it became necessary. At least I do have that option. Dandy going on to say, I love to fry up a ham steak and make hash brown casserole with it, or 15 bean soup. That's 15 different beans, not 15 total beans. Several of the different varieties make up the 15 bean soup. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had a 15 bean soup. I would try it though. I'm not opposed to beans. Not a big kidney bean fan. So, you know, my mom would put kidney beans for some reason in the goulash or in the chili, along with a red bean or a chili bean. I didn't care for that. So I've omitted that from my life now. Kidney beans. First of all, it reminds me of eating little mini kidneys. That's no fun. I don't eat innards, so it's kind of gross to me. Boston's here. Wait, did you just get here? Or am I freaking out for no reason? I get so excited when Boston gets in there. I swear to God. I love it. I love seeing all you guys, but I'm like, Boston always waits that perfect amount of time to be like, all right, now you can start the show. I'm here now. Good for me and good for you. Dandy saying, happy Friday, Boston. I hope you're able to relax a little bit tonight. Take a load off, you know. I know squirrel kidney beans. Yeah, I guess they probably are about the size of squirrel kidneys. Again, if I'm super hungry, I know that there's enough nutritional value in a kidney bean that, you know, but my mom was crazy about these kidney beans. She would make something called like a 3-bean salad or a kidney bean salad, which would have like vinegar and oil and onion chunks and like kidney beans. And I thought it was torture. Oh no, never late. Well, you would have to buy the 14 bean soup and then what? Add your own one extra bean variety? I don't get it. Oh yeah, right, because I hate kidney beans. I got you. Because it's got kidney beans. But you know what though? When you're putting it with 14 other beans, I'm probably not gonna notice the kidney bean. And I don't hate them to the point of where they gross me out. I just don't much care for how big they are and then the texture once they get into that mushy bite down part. You know, I think I'm a smaller bean guy. Like I like a white bean, like a white chili bean. I like all kind of chili beans, the little ones, you know. In our family, we always had to eat pork and beans. And not pork and beans, well, pork and beans, but Campbell's pork and beans. Like one of my mom's very favorite, I guess I would almost call it comfort or white trash foods. Now, although I'm sure every colored person makes it, would be to fry up some potatoes, because fried potatoes are that perfect food, you know, cheap, effective, delicious. I make a great fried potato myself. And then she would fry up hot dogs separately. And she wouldn't throw the hot dogs in with the beans before the hot dogs were properly almost blackened, but not burnt. But she liked to hit the edges a little bit with some crisp, you know. Then she would put it with the Campbell's pork and beans, and that would be dinner with some chunks of perhaps some sharp pinconning or extra sharp pinconning cheese, and a piece of bread and butter, or some crackers or something, you know. I love beans in my chili, but I'm not sure. I think Wendy's has kidney beans in their chili, and it's real good. You know what? I don't even notice it because I agree it's really good. And you know what else I like about that chili? If they still have it, is the chili sauce. Do they still make that? It used to come in a little gold packet from Wendy's. Oh my God. We're doing it. We're doing it again. All right. What is everyone else having tonight? Because it is 7. It's after 7. So I'm guessing either you guys already ate, or you're planning on having a snack or something. Usually when I eat, it's over for me. You know, like that represents sort of the end of the night. Pork and beans with hamburger and cottage cheese in the late 80s. Heck yeah, all the time. Only if it's Michigan small curd. You know my rant about that, which I do have for tonight. I haven't had it in, it must be going on a year. One, it's kind of pricey. Two, I bought ice tonight, and I'm making my own ice also. Yeah, yeah, it's really good. I mean, for me, I have to have the fried potatoes and a piece of bread and butter with it. But yeah, it kind of goes all together, you know. Oh, they still got the little packet, Ruth. Oh, good. I would save those aside, you know, for my own chili when I would make it. I'm not a big chili fan, to be honest with you. Always preferred goulash as a kid over chili. Like my mom liked the chili. You got to think, you know, when you got kids and both parents are working, you know, you can't have, you know, rack of lamb every night. Although I've never eaten that, and I probably never will now. Much like drugs, I'm just not into trying any new meat. Really, you know, it's like I know the meats I like. I don't need to go out and find a new meat salesman, and nor do I need to try any new drugs. You know, I'll let the younger folks figure all that out. All these designer drugs now. I don't know what you do with all that crap. In my day, if you didn't snort it or smoke it, we didn't know what to do with it. Now they're like, I don't know what they're doing. Drinking candle wax or some shit. Some kind of weird pills or something. You can make it over. Oh, wait. Let me start over. Boston says, brown hot dogs, then lay them in your Jiffy cornbread mix. I'm with you. Add a small can of green chilies, cheddar cheese, and bake. That sounds great. Mm-hmm. And because it doesn't say beans, first of all, I was thinking you were going to, because we had this whole conversation before you got here. I don't like green beans. It ruins all these casseroles. But that sounds like a wonderful bake. I would love that. Oh, and then, yeah, you can make it over the fire. Oh, I should find little things to cook directly on the fire besides just hot dogs and hamburgers or a steak. I was thinking about that actually. You know, like the right kind of pot or something, and suspending something above the heat. And could I bake a more substantial, say, stew with a almost like a Bisquick crusty top or something? You know. I'm starving. Oh my god. I do love to eat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been wanting to get the all-you-can-eat fish fry at the chicken coop in Kalamazoo. There's only one left in Kalamazoo. Used to be a force for fish and chicken in our town, but there's just the one left in Portage now by Kalamazoo. Although there may be other ones as far as around me. It's called Chicken Coop, and in my neighborhood growing up, it was in a what do you call those triangle buildings? You know, people used to make them in the 70s and live in them. Triangle houses. I can't think tonight. Yeah, pyramid or some shit. A-frame. Yeah, that's what I mean to say. Which I always thought were super cool. They kind of went out of style. You don't see a lot of new A-frame housing. I think that they weren't great for some things. Like maybe they rotted out easy or something. Ruth saying, I'm having beef hot dogs made with brisket, slaw, crinkle cut fries, baked beans, and sweet tea jalapeno on the side. That sounds wonderful. My mom insists on the beef hot. Yeah, she was really picky about that stuff. And I go, you're eating a hot dog. I don't want that. I want all beef hot dogs. And all that means is, it's no offense, Ruth, but it's just all beef lips and assholes, not pork and chicken lips and assholes. It doesn't mean there's steak in it, you know. And by the way, Michigan had the highest standards in the country for hot dogs. And Eckrich was founded right here in Michigan. A lot of hot dog business here in Michigan. Oh yeah, Dandy's having this tater tot casserole. Dandy says she's jealous of you, but I don't know. I'm kind of jealous of both of you because one, I love crinkle cut fries. And I think one of the fast food places makes a decent crinkle cut fry. And that place I think is maybe Arby's. Because they have the traditional curly, and I think now oh, Shay's back. Good. Everything malfunctioned? What happened? Wait, what did you go to do? I forgot. Let me look back. I know you said you had to. Oh, you mean your computer? Did your computer malfunction? No, I've never read any Upton Sinclair. I've heard of it though, and I've heard of Upton Sinclair. I mean, that's a really famous. That is one that they would have you like read and like as a senior or in college, right? Shay. Upton Sinclair, The Jungle. Was he the one that had the Oh, your keyboard took a shit? Was he the one that had kind of a horrible skin condition or something that made him very self-conscious going out in public? Do I have that right, Shay? It's about the meatpacking industry. Okay. Do I have the author right? I'm wondering. At least, I mean, not just his physical maladies, but I mean, I never heard of Zaxby's and Zestos, I mean. I like a new fast food place. Wow, these are really strong. Woo! Hey, Sensei. Sorry, my apology, guys. Sometimes these infused pre-rolls will hit me in the lung. Sensei saying hi to everybody. My mod is here. Of course, I mean, we doubtful we'll have to throw anyone out. Oh, really? Shay's saying that the Upton Sinclair book was responsible for the USDA regulations, and it's a brutal book. Yeah, I'm sure I have heard, I don't remember the details, but I know I've at least heard a somewhat biography on Upton Sinclair, at least on NPR or something. Oh, yeah, just like James Bond. Never say never. Ruth saying hi to Sensei. Yeah, you know, it's nothing too excited. It's Friday night. It's not even probably too awfully late where you're from for a Friday night, I guess. So you're probably getting there, though. Dandy says, ew, I tried to work in several meatpacking industries that ended up building rail cars for Kawasaki. That sounds like a great job, though, too. Kawasaki makes rail cars? Really? I know they make motorcycles. I always loved Kawasaki. I never had, like, an actual motorcycle because high school or freshman, yeah. Okay, thanks, Shay. Sensei saying, hey, Ruth. Boston saying, I lost internet again. I'm back. Hopefully I'm coming in pretty good tonight. When I go outside. Oh, yeah, for sure, Sensei. I mean, I know that's still, you know, getting there, but usually it's like 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning for you, which I know that you're sleeping and stuff. There was maybe 1 or 2 times you weren't. Yeah, it's hard for me to feel motivated sometimes in the daytime. Maybe next Tuesday, though, I would like to do I would like to do a live during the UAP hearings that are coming, I think Tuesday the 9th. George Knapp, the reporter, is going to testify to Congress along with 2 or 3 new whistleblowers on the UFO matter. So it's going to be interesting. You know, it's all part of disclosure, in my opinion. Sensei saying, hey, beautiful Boston. Well, we love that dirty water. Ruth saying, Friday night's all right for fighting. Get a little action in. I used to love that song when I was a kid. And Shay was also malfunctioning. As long as everyone's wardrobes are okay. I never want to hear the phrase wardrobe malfunction again. That seems like such a dated phrase at this point. Like 90 or something. Sensei saying, hello, Shay. Oh, I'm going to light this grill real quick, guys. You guys can talk amongst each other for a moment. I'm just right here. I got to squirt it with the lighter fluid, you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what you can't find anymore ever since this pandemic? I'll be honest with you. And maybe it's for the better. Maybe it's for the better. A good buffet. It's hard to find a good buffet anymore. Look, you know, when I was in Vegas, I get that, not everybody wants to eat at a Ponderosa. No offense to Ponderosa. But I like even a higher end buffet where you can get, some good seafood or some prime rib, and a good salad. And I like to make my own salad. I don't need some angry teenager in back, throwing a bunch of shit in a bowl and calling it my trop of salad. I like a certain way that a trop of salad is made before you eat red meat. But you can't find them anymore except for the Chinese buffet. Since he said wardrobe malfunction makes me envision a rogue robotic wardrobe that's going bonkers. Yeah. Anybody remember? Oh yeah, Ruth, I do. But right now, this loaded guy who, oh my shit, I almost started my bag on fire. Whoa. Wow, I didn't realize that was such a big flame there. Hi. I'm drinking this thing whatever this thing is, Pink Smash or something like that. It's got a little bit of booze in it, some drunk dude that somehow ended up here after spinning his truck around in front of my house and me thinking I may have to take matters into my own hands. Blah blah blah. Left this at my house. So I'm drinking it. But I always have my cigarettes, Ruth. So if it makes you guys feel more comfortable for me to fire up a cigarette, please allow me. Especially for the ex-smoker, who can't partake anymore. What would be great? I do love smoking cigarettes. I'm not going to lie. And I do love coffee. But I know how terrible cigarettes are for you. So I'm not kidding myself. And anyone who's been through an illness with somebody from a lung disease, whatever, I don't want to ever appear disrespectful towards that because those things are terrible. And if you asked me, would you just give it up and never do it? Of course I would, but it is a bad vice. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, if a person could have like one cigarette a week while they had that one brandy on a Sunday night and just really appreciate that hour on the back porch as the sun was setting, I don't see that as a bad thing. It's not so much that I really feel like it's any different than living, say, in an inner city where the pollution level might be a bit higher than in the country and offset. It's got to be about the same, to be honest with you. Really, Danny, good for you. I'm really proud of my mom. She hasn't had a cigarette in over a year now. 80 years old, and she's in the nursing home, and she's really popular around there. She's got her whole jam in this nursing home. We went out to lunch a little bit the other last week there. I stop and see her as much as I can, being she's in Kalamazoo, it makes it pretty easy because I'm there a lot. And I like to let all the staff know that me and my sister are in and out of there a lot. So they just tend to take better care of people when they have a family coming in all the time. But I would say that this place where she's at, it takes good general care of everyone, regardless of whose family is there. I'm very comfortable with her being there. And I know I got mad at him a couple months ago. That was over a broken bathroom, yada, yada. And those were bad corporate decisions on their part, not the nurses and the people on the floor. They were suffering just like everyone else because they're actually there. So for anybody that works in that environment, if you can do it and make those older folks laugh like they seem to be able to do around this place where my mom is at, man, it's really just incredible to go there and see that going down. It really feels good. So, and she, as a result, is much clearer. She had a UTI. She had an unregulated thyroid going in. She's just much clearer. Her eyes are clear, like her memory is great. She's gained 10 pounds. She's up over 90 pounds. She was not doing well with that at all. So she's really making efforts to get herself in better shape. And I really do find that inspirational. And I'm really happy that she finds a value in her life at that age too. She loves going around this place and being a character there, kind of like I like being right here on this goofy digital landscape, we're very much alike like that. So hats off to Ma. Ruth says there's some kind of special coffee a monkey eats and then poops the bean out and they're gathered and go for a high price. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, they they poop out the bean. Now, wait a minute, Ruth. Now they're pooping out the bean. Does that mean that the bean grows a plant and the only way that the bean can germinate is somehow out of a monkey sphincter? Or do they just collect that one bean? Because they'd have to be eating a ton of this coffee, and those monkeys must be stoned out of their minds on caffeine. They must be just brutally violent. Dandy's saying she poops enough with the coffee she already drinks, you know? She doesn't need poop coffee. Like, it already works like that for her. And me too. But I bet it's, yeah. Yeah, I like good coffee. I do like to, I know I drink instant coffee, but that's because ground regular coffee from like Folgers, Maxwell House, Boost, whatever all that is, it just won't do it for me. So if I have ground coffee, I like to grind my own beans. I do have a coffee grinder, but I bought that for magic mushrooms. For anybody who's ever done magic mushrooms, you know, that don't like the flavor of those, they're either gross tasting or it's like chewing the heel of somebody's old skin off their foot. You know, I like mushrooms, but the magic mushrooms are not that delicious. I would put them in a coffee grinder. Not often, only a few times. I don't really care much for that stuff anymore, but I should buy some coffee someday and another coffee pot since I peed in the last one. Different story for a different day. I told you guys that, though. Hopefully somebody here remembers that. Or Dandy says, oh, no, wait, you already said that you pooped a lot. Yeah. Mushroom coffee. Yeah, I heard of that. Mushroom coffee. What? But Dandy, isn't that just, you're calling it mushroom coffee? Oh, I made hot chocolate out of mine. I see. Because I think that they actually make a coffee mushroomy drink that these people drink as a health thing. But I was thinking different kind of mushroom. I was thinking actual mushrooms, you know, not magical ones. Oh, yeah. Last time I did that, I had all this really brilliantly crystally blue powder in the stems of these magic mushrooms. And I always preferred, growing up, I should say, the chemical edge of LSD over the natural edge of the magic mushrooms. But those ones with the blue powder in the stems, they were pretty special. Oh, yeah, the blue honey. I heard about that stuff. I've never tried it. But that's a good way to do it. Because it's so gross tasting. I love honey. Well, you can get coffee with lion's mane mushroom in it. It's good for your brain. No, I would do that. But not with real lion's mane, though. I mean, that's an endangered species, son. So you guys are so crazy in England. Oh, love, go kill me a lion. I want some tea. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sensi. Go down. Go, you know, you got to go to like the old witch's house, you know, to get like, we need a cup of sugar and lion's mane. And then we need her to reverse the spell on Junior, you know. Yeah, I just like I like coffee beans. I don't know if I like all this idea with tricking my mind into thinking mushrooms or coffee or with a scone. Nice. No, Shay, don't say you've lost your phone. You didn't lose it. It's got to be there. Or in that new truck somewhere. Like, you have to check the cracks. You should have somebody call you. I'm so sorry. I get so, like, I couldn't get out of the door the other day. It took me forever to find Ruth says I have Newt. I knew a guy named Newt, so that's weird to think about like that. Yeah. No, I don't want I have Newt, Shay. I don't know what it does, but I feel bad for the Newt giving up its own vision for me. Ruth never had magic mushroom, just the ones. Okay, Ruth. I think we know what we're talking about here. Well then, how about a big handful of peyote? I've never done that. Isn't that what they call that worm in the tequila, a peyote worm? I have had the tequila. That shit tastes like formaldehyde. Smells that real stuff. Ooh, it's disgraziata disgusting. Don't think about eating that bacon, chicken. Do chickens eat meat? He is so cute. Oh, yes, it's here, but the question is, where the F is it? That is always the question. Gonna have to have one of those boys call you. Oh yeah, you know, Jesus, Ruth is just such a innocent name, Ruth. Oh, mescaline by any chance? In fact, I have a mescaline story. I've only done it one time. Now, I've done LSD at least 400 times. Well, at least 400 individual tabs of LSD. I won't say 400 individual experiences, if you will. Many of those were double and triple doses, but you know, probably a couple hundred individual psychedelic experiences. But my only and my first one was on something called a purple barrel microdot. And I do believe that's mescaline. And I didn't even have my driver's. I was 15. We all had our driving permit, and somehow my cousin talked his mom into giving us the car. And they told me, they go, well, this will just, you know, it's like speed, you know, it's like a speed pill, like a diet pill. It would speed you up. And they gave me a half of one of these little micro dots. And then we went to a town called Southgate, Michigan, on the east side of the state, to a place called the Gibraltar Trade Center. It's like a big indoor flea market slash, they had all kind of cassette tapes and you know, roach clips with feathers on them and little Coke mirrors, and you could buy a Slurpee, but it was big square footage, big square footage. And I start feeling real funny, and the lights start doing weird shit. And then all of a sudden, there are people in animal suits all around for the children, apparently, at Gibraltar Trade Center. And that really freaked us out. So we went across the street to the mall, where we were hassled by a security guard. It was such a teenager move, man. Such the 3 teenage boys, all 15, not one of us with one license, a half hour away from where, you know, all tripping balls on mescaline. Yeah. Carlos Castaneda was responsible for the extinction of the peyote cactus in Mexico back in the 60s. Really? Interesting shit. Probably because he was scared of it, probably. But that's terrible that he did that. Or was it because people were doing that, they wouldn't actually want to do the coca, which was much more addictive and bad for you? Probably. Purple double dibbly. Jeez, Shay. Well, Shay, you sort of come from a mix of rock and roll industry legend too, right? So, I mean, back in the day, you know, the kids today, you know, not that I want to see kids. First of all, this channel's set to 18 and over. Okay, I want you guys to know that in the settings, there's a setting for no kids. So unless some kids are tricking their parents, or some parents don't care what their kids are watching, they should not be watching this program. It shouldn't line up that way. But with that being said, I used to love that shit. I did. Never had a bad experience hallucinating or doing any of that, or what they call bad trips or anything like that. No, I refused. I absolutely refused to have a bad time. That never really happened to me, whether it was anything really. I refuse to be the person that freaks out, blacks out, or has a bad time because of any intake of drugs and or alcohol. Back then, I don't intake all that crap now. That's good. And I know it can turn into a real problem for folks, and I get all that. Mostly, I just worked my butt off and bought them because I enjoyed them, to be honest with you. And I enjoyed being around my friends, and we weren't getting all angry with each other or anything. We just hung out listening to music and crap, you know. We just listened to music and played Risk, you know, and took acid, you know. I don't know what to say about it, but you know, it doesn't sound great to say it out loud, and I wouldn't want to see other people's kids maybe being dosed out, not knowing what was happening, because that is really something that can take a hold of you. So doing it with somebody that you trust and all those kinds of things are very important. And definitely never ever drive on crap like that. Christ, one time it was 3 a.m. I'm driving my 78 Chevette and tripping balls. And it was middle of winter. in the middle of a blizzard. These snowflakes were this big around. They're hitting my windshield. Boom, boom, boom. I can almost feel them. It was like I was in the world's coolest, coldest video game. But that was me at 16. All the hippies went out there and picked it. Yeah, I heard there was a big, like down in Peru and crap too. You know, you got the ayahuasca thing, but I was listening to somebody who, him and his brother went down there, and it was a really weird story. They're on one of these UFO podcasts. His brother was responsible for cataloging all kinds of something. Look, I'm not even going to try to retell the story. This one kid spent 30 days eating the wickedest, wildest. He was going to do the ayahuasca thing, but the mushrooms were so much better than the ayahuasca from this one valley in Peru that, you know, he met aliens. I mean, the whole deal, man. He wrote the teachings of Don Juan books. Really? Don Juan de Marco, I think. He learned to fly and shapeshift and read minds with peyote. That's really interesting. So he banned it because he didn't want anyone else flying and shapeshifting. Oh, no, this shit is dangerous, man. You kids stay on the ground. Yeah, I agree. I just want to say sorry, Mr. Steve, you know, if you're watching this. I'm really, I'm just talking about my experiences from being a younger man. These aren't anything that are, to anybody out there, priorities of my life anymore. Doesn't mean I'm sitting in the Grand Canyon sometime in 10 years with the time off and a nice setup that I wouldn't take the mushrooms. I'm not the fun police, okay? Just nothing I'm looking for. But I sure did have my fun times with it. But again, that always revolved around being somewhat, responsible. If any of my friends older bought me alcohol, the rule was I had to give them my keys and stay there for the night. Little things like that. So you can say, well, should kids be drinking? No, it's bad for your brain. It's a bad habit-forming habit. But if they end up having a few beers, wouldn't you rather have it be with somebody who takes their keys so they're not out driving around for the night or letting them ride with someone who else has been drinking, you know? These are the kind of people that that sort of raised me up. I was raised around older, more responsible people than that. And that goes for drugs too. I hate to say it, but some people can be very irresponsible in life and just use that shit as an excuse to basically let yourself go, baby. I've been wanting to do this and that and everything. Now I'm drunk and high. I'm going to do it. That's just not my upbringing. The rule was you had to be doing well in life or getting good grades or having a job. And then occasionally you could, if you like to imbibe in such things, and I did, I like to experiment with different things like that, you know, but that didn't involve driving around or doing dumb shit. It involved really great conversation with some of the best people I've ever met in my life, to be honest with you. People that I don't need drugs or alcohol to hang out or talk and have these great conversations with. That happens naturally. It just happens a lot longer when you got a teener. Okay. Shay says I went to Royal Donut on mescaline once. It must be a donut shop. I had a 69 Z28. It was fast. I built the motor. My friends and I were gone for hours till the sun came up. Those days, though, you know, you had to be careful driving, but damn it, you made it. You know what I mean? You didn't hurt nobody or yourself. You could have, but you didn't. And looking back, must put a little smile on your face, Shay. Come on. I'm not looking to relish in some kind of drug lore. At the same time, sometimes things that get a totally bad rap aren't always the crux of your problems in life. You know, in my opinion. Yeah, so I was going to do a 20-minute show tonight. I love this so much. I love it. You're still in the driveway. That's fucking hilarious, Shay. You never. Oh, that's awesome. God, those days were so innocent. I mean, I never did exactly that, but I did so many things like that. Raised on the railroad tracks. I told you guys that. So from the other side, the other street, you could drive through this little weedy area over the old dead defunct railroad tracks and into my backyard. And that's where we burned and have fires and stuff until I realized one day the city of Kalamazoo had outlawed having fires because all the fire trucks came down to my house and threatened to put it out for $500. Get the fuck out of here. I've been having fires back here since I was a kid. I was like 14, Fuck you. I was a mouthy shit, man. I reached a point in my life when I started working full time at 15 or 16 that probably why you couldn't find the eclairs yesterday. Then I realized just what bullshit society was half the time. And I met these really awesome people, all at my job, basically through my pizza place and my job, all from out of town, that were kind of going to college or whatever. And I still love them all. I sure do. Great people. I'm going to throw some burgers on. Give me 2 seconds. You guys chat amongst yourselves. But let me at least adjust. Can you guys see that? No, hang on. That's just not going to be good enough. One moment, please. Don't adjust your sets. The flames have shrunk. We're going to get them going again, baby, because we're not done yet. It's the Derek Farmer Social Club right here on YouTube exclusively. I live on the kind of road where you pay attention to every single car that goes by. Oh, yeah, those flames are starting to build up a little bit now. And, I'll be honest with you guys. I'd probably having ribeye tonight, but I forgot that stupid rain check at my house when I went to Harding's Friendly Market. So I skipped them and went to Myers, but... Oh, yeah. This is the stuff right here. Michigan small curd cottage cheese, tonight's sponsor. Good for food or even a facial rub. Or poor man's lasagna. Although it is a little dry for poor man's lasagna. If you can't get the ricotta, and you want to lessen the cost up a little, because ricotta is a little bit more expensive, you can substitute with a store brand juicy variety cream cottage cheese. Oh, that reminds me of a circumcision joke. But we won't tell that here. Well, I got to make some patties, a couple patties. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, I can't read the comments right now. Give me just a couple minutes. I don't think about my patty too much. And in my opinion, you don't want to overwork your patty. You really just want to get it stuck together and get it on the grill. Because if you're overworking it, it tends to turn into a little meatloaf. And that's not the texture we're going for in a cheeseburger. Thank you. So keeping it as loose as possible to meat. You want a good loose meat. Oh, God. What a child. Oh man, I do love the smell of a burger though. You guys may be able to hear that sizzling a little bit in the background. The grill is good and hot. And I'm afraid I'll have to throw the lid on it. Or I gotta get a spatula. I've been flipping burgers with a pocket knife. Good God. Last one here, I'm only making a 3 burger situation, like about a 1/3 pound patty. There we go. And this completely cardboard container will go in there. I don't have trash picking up. And now I have meat all over my hands. Oh, for Christ's sakes, I got meat all over my cigarette. Hey, Eli's here. Holy crap. Eli's coming. Hide your heart, girl. Eli's coming. You better hide your heart. You will not get a song referenced by me, Shay Watson. I know you know your rock and roll, but that better be some real regional local shit to get it by me. And then you better watch it, because I might know that too. Of course, Eli's coming. Hide your heart, girls. That was 3 Dog Night. Come on. Right? Am I right, Shay? Eli's coming. Hide your heart, girl. Or guy, you know, or guy. Like the modern version. All right, there we go. Holy shnikes. Now I got it all going on, you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt the broadcast. But I will be all kinds of bummed out if I burn this shit up. Yeah, rubber spatula, grill. You already know I'm screwing up bad. Oh, nothing tastes like PFAS. Oh, shit. Yeah, not good idea. Oh, PFAS. Nothing binds to you, because you have 3 molecules. Fuck. And things in molecules of 3 don't bind, you son of a bitch. Go out. Sorry. I'm back. Sort of back. I feel like maybe I should have let that grill. Oh my God, beautiful sunset. Holy crap. I'm going to spin you guys around real quick. You guys ready to dance? Come on, here we go. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. We're out here. We're in the middle of the farmstead. Oh, yeah. No green screen there, folks. I mean, it's green, but it ain't no screen. We're living it. We're living it. Like I said earlier. From big chuckles to moose knuckles, you got it locked on the Derek Farmer Network. That's for Junior, by the way. Who knew not of camel toe or moose knuckle? And since I already used from, UFOs to camel toes, we can't do that one again. Now, how do you guys feel about Lowry's pepper? Oh, hi. No, the coyote did not take my bacon. Shay, I can guarantee you. I can't show you because we're doing a live broadcast. But just listen for a second. There ain't no coyote taking my fucking bacon, okay? That's gonna be one fucked up coyote. Yeah, well, I don't go far without it, guys. I had to hurry up back to my house last night to get it while that guy was, doing circles and chasing me down with his car while I was walking my dog out here in the middle of nowhere. And I said, you best move on now or it's not going to be pretty, And I took position behind a giant maple tree and level it on him if I had to, I won't say if I did or not here on the official network, but you guys know I don't fuck around. Like, and I don't take pride in that, but this place has a history for a reason. And I'm not going to be a part of that and have you guys solving my case. You see what I'm saying? No coyote's taking my bacon. I swear it ain't. In fact, I left the lid off it. I mean, you know how you leave a lid on something and it builds up moisture? I think the bacon needs to, it's not cooking. It's hot, but it's more like boiled bacon now in its own sort of too much moisture. So I left the lid off for a while to cook off any water, if you will. And hopefully be left with just a lovely, lovely clarified grease. Hey, Boston saying hi to Shay. You guys feel free to say hi to each other. Sorry, I keep having kind of a little indigestion, you know. Shay's writing stories about our adventures. Aw. Whose adventure, Shay? You and the dingo? Did it take your baby? Better than the dingo that took the baby. That dingo ate my baby. Nah. That dingo didn't eat your baby, lady. You try that cute accent on somebody else, you ate your baby. Probably ate the fucking dingo to you. Oh, yeah. How's that casserole coming? I'm already flipping. I don't care. I will be damned if I burn these burgers. They're cooking quick. Why? Because it has a 20% fat content. Cooks up through there quick. You know? Well, I will have to run inside and get a plate. That'll only take 2 minutes, though. And I did put a lead out here for old boy. But he was eating and watering earlier when I first started the show. Took him for a nice walk after work. I walk him twice a day. You know, according to somebody in the last chat, you know, I apparently don't like my dog, but I contend I do love him. It's not my dog. So, but I really do. That is so awesome, man. I'd be so lonely out here without that fucking dog. I'm not kidding you. I love him so much. And we got Ruth saying, hey, and cracking up at some owls here. Oh, my goodness. Everyone's coming in now. Oh, welcome, owl. Is it your weekend, owl, or do you work every night saving the owls? Or do you ever take a weekend off? Well, I mean, I know Saturday night is your night, you know. I know that's go night, which is why I don't broadcast on Saturday nights. You know, I don't want to take all your viewers, you know. All 30 of my viewers compared to all 3,000 of yours. Oh, watching the game? Which one? Let's see. Up north. We watched some Minnesota something. I don't know. I don't know where you're at. You say you're north. I feel like now you're like in Montana or some shit. Good to see Mr. Dave. I agree, Dandy. Danger Dave. Hey, Jamie. How are you? Jamie's saying hi to everybody in chat. If anybody wants to say hi back to Jamie, I do, but I will do it verbally. Hello, Jamie, and I hope you're doing great tonight. Shay saying hello to Jamie, and Owl saying hello to Dandy. And that's just Dandy with me. Shay saying, I am alone. And the mighty Pooh. I don't know what that means. Jamie saying, aw. Wow. Oh, good. Oh, Mustang's here. Yay. Hey, you guys, how you doing? You know, I'm just cooking up some food. I am cooking up a, I know I told everyone don't eat the ground meats because they're bad for you. I got a soft spot for burgers. I do. I can't help it. I know you can't eat whole meat every time, and I love those burgers. I got a nice pretzel brioche, also a nice Danish blue cheese, which I know Junior would be proud of because he likes blue cheese. Oh my god! I know what kind of oh my god! I know what kind of salad dressing you guys like. Holy fucking shit! Junior loves blue cheese. Owl hates coleslaw. Fuck. I don't know why I find this so funny, but I do find that so funny. No, Dandy. I do not let that bird in the house. When I first bought my house, well, in my RV, I mean, when I first bought my house over on Jefferson in the city, I did paint the entire room barn red, and I was threatening to put hay on the floor and bring in chickens for the roommates, but that never came to fruition. I was a lot younger then. I was in my 20s at a time when you may want to paint your room red, put hay on the floor, and bring in chickens. Got to check the meat. Oh, perfect. Yeah. I might have to turn the camera around and show you guys for real. These are looking pretty good. They're really smoking up nice. Kind of a little chodly. Let's show you here. Can we? Oh, let's get right over them. Whoa. Look at that. Okay, we're getting there. So we got that. Whoops. Oh, I almost just reloaded the site. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Should be okay. So we have that going on. We have some thick cut bacon cooking at the moment with a pretzel bun brioche, a red onion, and some Danish blue cheese. And that will be dinner with some Michigan small curd cottage cheese and a lightly tossed salad. Thank you. I Caesar a pretty good salad myself. Owl on the Prowl says, hello at Boston Christian. Boston saying, Mustang 1965, how are you? Owl saying, like, shared, and subbed. Well, you just subbed to my channel today? For Christ's sake, Danger Dave. You're making me want to do a shot of lighter fluid. What are you talking about? No, YouTube, I'm not really going to do that. Keep the show on the air. It's just a joke or whatever. That's probably not funny, but no one will be doing shots of lighter fluid. A couple of bands I used to light their cymbals on fire, fill it with lighter fluid, and boom, big flames would go up and shit. This is that White Snake show. Just kidding. Oh, Boston saying hi to Mustang. Holy shit, I'm behind. Owl on the Prowl saying like, shared, and subscribed. Finally, I guess, subscribed. Dave, you're funny. Mustang, hey, Boston, good to see you. And Dandy saying hi to Mustang. Mustang saying hi to Dandy, right on back. Ruth saying, Owl on the Prowl, hi. I can't find you on YouTube. It should just be under Owl on the Prowl. Unless it's not. Owl saying hello at Mustang. Or two, I should say. Mustang saying, hey, Ruth, good to see you. And Owl saying, hello, Ruth. Ruth saying, Mustang, peace. Dandy, blue cheese bacon burger, yum. On pretzel bun brioche, pretzel bun. Let's not forget that, with red onion and some yellow mustard. I'll KCLA. So what is that basketball? Oh no, what do you call that with the little balls? Baseball. I love baseball. Kansas City and Los Angeles. Okay, good. You like baseball, Dave? I do love watching a baseball game. You should totally take me to a baseball game sometime. I'll hold your hand like a little kid. You can buy me popcorn and hot dogs. It'll be so fun. Indiana Fever. Oh, basketball. 28, Chicago 13. Well, I'm a Cubs fan. So, like I said, one half of the prophecy has already been completed for the end of the world. That was the Cubs winning the World Series. Now, if the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl, folks, just grab what you love and head into a cave because it's over. Shay's saying, I'm going to go heat up the rest of my biscuits and gravy. Well, Shay, you should. Hopefully your phone's out there. Heat it on top of your phone. At least you'll keep an eye on it. I'm getting giggly. I'm getting all giggly with it. I was saying sorry, Ruth. I doubt she's mad at you. Try the Hawaiian coleslaw. Right. Is that the one Don Ho pisses in? I don't remember what the Hawaiian coleslaw, but besides it's got Oh my God, I got a tarantula on its chest like Peter from the Brady Bunch. Wow. You feel abused. Stang. You know, I had a Mustang 85. You want more of my blood, Elon? Ruth says my favorite dressing is Ken's raspberry walnut vinaigrette, but I know that he must make a good dressing. I just feel like Ken's is an inappropriate name for dressing, and I refuse to eat a dressing called Ken's. It's like, yeah, pick me up. I can't. Pick me up some Bob soup, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's a terrible name for dressing, Ken's. Is that, do they, just because it's cheaper to print fewer letters maybe for a name? I don't know. I haven't had a proper kitchen in 4 years. Well, I don't have one now, so we would make a pretty good couple tray. Figuratively speaking, you know what I mean? Yeah, I use an outdoor, this dude. Live in halfway houses also have. Thank you. I have halfway house equipment. As if I'm in some defunct, you know, you screwed your life up, you know. Stricken to some property out here in an RV, you know, because I'm a loser. Shay says, I got a new appliance. Oh, I just got new appliances, but I can't get the fridge past the foyer. Or do we say foyer here in America? I don't know. Someone called him. Oh, shit. Somebody phoned the MRE. Please, we have a question to ask. Yeah, just sub back up to Cryptex's channel. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, I wasn't subbed up. I'm not looking to cause drama anywhere, but you know, he did email me, and I thought that was really cool. And hey, you know, I mean, how's it? You know, I mean, I always liked his broadcasting, so wouldn't at the end of the day, I mean, if I won't say, you know, we're necessarily doing shows yet, but I say yet because I hold out hope. I still hold out hope that Sleuth Intuition and I will do another show together, to be honest with you. But that's up to Sleuth, really. I don't make up well with people when I get mad at them, so unless, you know, they make an effort. But Sleuth is more like, who the fuck is Derek Farmer? You know, he's a big deal. You know, you get 10,000 fans at a web sleuth show, and that's pretty good, you guys. You know. But I would broadcast a Sleuth again in a second. I think we would do well together. Let's see. Well, I missed a ton of comments. Wow. Man, you guys are really doing it. Oh, no, you don't really feel abused. What you mean to say, like my grandpa says, you wouldn't know I loved you if I didn't pick on you. Did you say you made biscuits and gravy? Or you're just having now leftover biscuits and gravy? That's one thing I've never attempted to make is sausage, friggin' gravy, and homemade biscuits. I think I would be good at that, by the way. A nice buttermilk biscuit. Oh, God, I'm getting hungry. Oh, yes, she did. Let's see. Did you ever make biscuits out of buttermilk, chopped cold butter, and flour? That's a way of mixing things, right? When you chop it together. Is that right, Boston? Instead of mixing it, you would literally sort of just loosely chop it together. Oh, who'd you go see, Dandy? I'm curious. I love going to see baseball games. I've never been to a football game. I know I would love it. I've been to a few different baseball stadiums. I was at the old Tiger Stadium, which out of all of them didn't have a good seat in the house. There was a pole in front of you no matter where you sat at Tiger Stadium. I have been to the new one. What's it called? I don't know, Cell Phone Park or some shit. And it's really nice. I've been to Wrigley Field. I've been to Old Comiskey, New Comiskey, and Coors Field. because I lived in Colorado for a while. I'll tell you what, there is not a more gorgeous night than drinking an Odell's 90 shilling, looking at the foothills of Colorado in an open stadium with no poles anywhere, and listening to a baseball game in the background. I really can't think of a more American experience, you know. Not a live sporting event that's been going on for thousands of years, but I mean a baseball game in particular. The smells, you know, the hot dogs, the spilled beer, the kids' vomit. I mean, everything is great. Everything. Boston saying Dandy L fun. Yeah, they are so fun. I mean, you know, it'd be super fun if like 10 of us got together and went to a box seat situation. We had a little buffet and we could have, you know, the nachos and beer and or pop. Watch a nice Cubs game somewhere. That would be so great. Oh, good, Shay. I'm glad you found your phone. That shit gets stressful. Duh, it was right next to me. But you don't even smoke weed anymore, do you, Shay? That's some shit I do all the time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Dandy said it was so much fun, Boston. Dorothy Lynch's favorite dressing. I like Marzetti's. Okay, I like a good Marzetti's blue cheese. I had a pet tarantula back in the day because I'm weird like that. So does Kristen behind the crime door. So I decided to see if it would eat a cicada. Well, we'll be scrolling down to see what happened. Did it, Shay? Oh my God. It attacked it and sank its fangs in. The cicada started screaming and carried on for hours. I was ready to go get the raid. It didn't want to let go. It just didn't want to let go. You know. Dandy's saying Utah, Colorado college team. No, it was super fun. Oh, really? College baseball. I saw plenty of Western Broncos over the years do different things, but never a Big Ten school. I mean, they were just a MAC school. So, yeah. Well, it sounds like it fought that bastard off for a while. Ruth saying, "Welcome to the Derek Farmer Social Club chat about drugs and food." Well, if you had to boil it down tonight, Ruth, you might not be wrong. That's okay though. It's Friday night, and at least I'm eating with my drugs, huh? You know, I'm not doing the terribly bad drugs. So I spent a couple Thanksgivings cooking dinner, not hungry at all. If you all know what I mean. My mom would be like, "Honey, why aren't you eating?" And I'm like, "What, Ma? Just eat the fucking gravy, you know." Oh, God, the good old days. I'm glad they're old. Sausage biscuits and gravy and iron skillets over open fire. I would love to try that. I really would. That's up my alley. But I wouldn't do that for breakfast. That sounds like a fabulous dinner to me. Throw some fried potatoes on the side, and we got a date, you know. Dandy's saying hey to Ruth and laughing with Ruth. No one's laughing at Ruth. Ruth makes some funny ass comments. Do any of you have a solar oven? Have any of you heard of them? I never really have. I'll be honest with you. I do not have one. I think I may have heard of it, but the concept does fall a bit on deaf ears because I'm not being able to picture how that like works. You know, I know I can even picture the light bulb cooking that little raw piece of dough in my sister's Easy Bake oven. Pretty sure it cooks some Play-Doh in there too. Yeah. And Play-Doh's not bad tasting. Oh, yeah. You know, I think it's time to take these burgers off and put them on a plate. Or at least on some foil. That will allow them to remain warm but not burn. Give me 2 minutes, like Chuck Willer. Huh, shit. 2 and 2. I'm working my way back to you, babe. With tinfoil. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off the grill now. Shoot. You know, I might as well turn that I don't know, I'll ask Shay because Shay seems to know a lot about every little things that I need to know. I'm just gonna set my pan of bacon right here on the grill. That's okay, right? So I don't have to keep going over there now that there's nothing on the grill. It all cooks it the same, and there's plenty of juice left in this charcoal. Give me one moment. There we go. Oh, I got to get some bifocals. I've tried to walk around with readers on. Good Lord. That's about as bad as not having anything to read with. There we go. All right. Now nothing's being burned. Everything, pow, is perfect. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I got to throw some wood on. I'm getting chilly. I'm getting chilly. Yeah, wait till winter, you big sissy. I have to be honest with you guys. Oh, I don't like small fires. I know it wastes a lot, but if I was doing this to heat for the winter, it would be way more strategic. But it'd be more strategic in the type of wood I buy, too. I shouldn't be able to lift this up like this with one hand. Look what I'm doing. Oh, wait. Yes, look at this. This is called gopher wood. When you can do this, okay? It should be way heavier than that. But it's not all like that. It's like they mix in the good shit with the other shit. Now, this one, on the other hand, check this one out. This bad boy, much bigger. There we go. But I do like a nice fire. Ah, now that's better. Okay, you got those calves going, Shay. Okay, wait, let me catch up. Okay, we went past the tarantula. Oh, spider attacked it. Oh my god, the spider attacked it, sank the fangs in. Oh, we did that. You still have the respect for it, yeah. Utah, Colorado. Okay, baseball, remember that. New respect for cicadas. Come on, internet. My signal's not breaking up, is it? I like this comment, Ruth. I really did. What? I mean, shit. You know, I might as well be truthful with you guys, Elon. I'm not gonna sit on here and put down other people or say anything, but I've always been responsible. Shit. I love to make jokes. I do want to try sausage, gravy, and biscuits in an open skillet. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now I'm caught up sort of to where I was. Dandy asking, I brought it up earlier. It's a black box you build, and Son cooks the food even in winter. Yeah, I think maybe you brought it up even on another show. I don't know. I'm going to look it up, though. Hang on a second. Solar oven. You know, I can look up things while I'm broadcasting, by the way. I have that ability. Solar oven. At least I can get a visual sort of, image of it in my head here. Oh, what, really? Let me see. Images. Hang on a second. Solar oven kit. Stop it with the blue highlights. Stop it. Oh, here we go. Weird. I'll put a picture of one up. Hang on a second. Well, I'll put up, you know what I'll put up is the diagram of solar oven. Give me a second, Dandy. I like yeah, I like that. I like to put up stuff here. Here we go. There we go. This is a solar oven. You guys blow up your screens if you need to. A bit salty. Yeah, me too. Me too, Shay. I am a bit salty also. I do have a solar pasta cooker, though. It works perfectly. Really, solar pasta. Huh. That'll be some bitch. With a burning love inside. Oh. Shay, you're just singing the other part of the song with me. That's all. Andy's saying it's simple, basic concepts. People use old pizza boxes. Well, God knows I can get those anytime. I know so many people in that business. Dandy, that sounds nice, says Boston. And Shay would like to know, what are you cooking them, Dandy? What kind of weird shit you got going on over there at your place? She wants to know, she says. Ruth saying, I just had a tangerine roll into another dimension. I mean, they always say, take a dose and eat an orange, helps kick it in. Oh. There I am, 18 years old, eating acid and eating a bag of oranges. Let's see what Nandy's saying. We are in all 4 seasons in a day in Colorado. Pack appropriately, that's for sure. I lived on the Front Range for 4 years. I know that. Shay saying, I just blanched and skinned about 12 freezer bags of tomatoes today and froze those. Blanched. What do you do in a blanch? What do you I don't know what a blanch does. Quite frankly, it sounds like you're a serial killer at this point. You've skinned them, you've blanched them. I'll make spaghetti sauce from scratch and chili soon. I bet that's delish. Hey, farmer, show him my bug. How do I do that? I don't know how to do that. Boston saying, I never got an Easy Bake Oven. It still affects me today. Then I got older and found out how much church brings in a month. They could have bought all us girls, Easy Bake Ovens. I don't think Jesus would have cared. Well, you could have shared your Easy Bake Oven also, But I think the trick with that Easy Bake Oven is just finding out that it's just a small light bulb cooking everything. And that is such a huge letdown that it's not an actual oven, even if you are a little kid. Which is why I started cooking things in the real oven. And my mom would come home from work. I was in 3rd, 4th grade. And I'd be like, Mom, I've whipped up this new, thing with Bisquick. I made this thing with a crust on top. And she's like, Derek, I love this flair you got, Little did she know. Poor thing. Danny says cars rolled up. Got hot enough in the summer sun to cook a roast. That's for sure. Even a baked potato on it. You cooked a roast in a pizza box. Wow. That's pretty impressive, Dandy. Man, I don't know what to say about it. I may have to try that out. Oh, although summer sun is going to be something that's not really very available around here much anymore. Not being respectful at all. I just don't think Jesus would have cared. We worked as a crossing guard for free and cleaned sisters' chalkboards, helped in cafe, wiping down tables. Just say it. Nah, Jesus wouldn't have cared. Dandy, you can cook stuff in that heat. Oh, that fire's going nice now, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, we got it going on now. The bacon is frying on the grill. We know beans don't burn on the grill, but the bacon's not burning either. Oh, I love that sound. It's really sizzling good now. Do you guys ever wonder how like we do this every night? Like I couldn't do this without you guys, know that, right? I could never ever come on here and I could never come on here and just talk for 2 hours myself. Like the whole reason that I'm able to do this is because you guys take the time to come here and spend whether it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 2 hours to make a few comments and to really get my brain working in different ways. And then if you'll notice, I turned basically the whole show into comments upon your comments. But if you're going to do it every night, what else am I going to do? I don't have such a backlog of content. I'm not a web sleuth per se. So I don't have all these cases lined up and all this, case study, in fact, to go on and do that with. So I kind of like to do things this way. And, from time to time, I'm going to do a document read, or we're going to cover a congressional hearing that's interesting, or even a breaking news story. But a lot of the times, guys, it's just going to be this right here enough for you guys. It is for me. I love as if I'm hanging out with my, I don't want to say my real friends. You guys are my real friends. What I want to say is as if I'm hanging out next to you in the flesh and blood. Dandy's saying, I used to make eggs on the sidewalk and parchment in Texas as a child. I'm special. Well, because Dandy, you wanted to take up the challenge. They always said it's so hot outside you could cook an egg on the sidewalk. I was just like you. I said, prove it. Prove it. I never did the damn egg. I got to do that egg on the sidewalk. Thanks for reminding me. At least I have summer plans. Shay saying, I never got a pony. Which means you get to do everything else. Do you ever wonder when you wonder why you wonder why? I bet that's a song reference. Maybe not. Shay, I'm sorry. Can I gift you a pain in the ass parrot? You got a parrot, Dandy? My buddy Justin has a couple of them. He's really into them. He does his show, Justin. It's called Justin and Sheba's Beaks and Base Covers. I finally got it right. He's the other mod. We got Sensi Wackadoodle, and then we got Justin. And he has his own show, and he does instruction with the bass guitar with a parrot on his shoulder. His parrot, Sheba. That's pretty cool. Had one, Dandy. I used to manage pet stores. Oh, boy, I bet those had their own little horror stories, too. I can hear that chicken whining. Does anyone else's chicken whine? Meep, 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 meep. Poor thing's probably lonely. I need a cockatoo and a sun con... Oh, wait, a sun con... from eggs. Oh. I don't know what that means, Shay. My friend used to raise birds, and he had all kind of incubators. Yeah. But he didn't just eat the eggs. He made them into real chicken, like chickens and other weird little stuff. It's like a ostrich. It's like a big gray ostrich. Boston saying, Dandy, you're so kind. And Dandy saying, I got a Goppins cockatoo and 2 parrotlets. Must be a smaller parrot. Favorite job, really. Really, Shay? I can imagine that. Yeah. Seems like it could be sad, though. And very diverse. Oh, we're at that moment right now, you guys, where as the sun has pretty much gone down and the clouds are pink, and like there's a few sparse trees coming up to the fields. It really it feels like what I call the Michigan Serengeti, because it's not like a deep woods situation, but rather a mix of fields and some wooded areas and ponds and lakes. And it all kind of comes together, and then you see like a big flock of enormous pterodactyl style birds flying over everything, and you go, God. And then there's a rabbit right like 20 feet away from me, just chilling in the yard, I know that's pretty common now, but with the rabbits are on the influx, I guess finally people realize that, not to get their kids rabbits for Easter, Shay saying that was a favorite job. What was your second favorite job? That's a good question. Yes. Yeah, I could work in a pet store. I think I could do that. I think I would appreciate, regardless of whatever she said last night, I don't think I would complain about them at all. But good thing, and I don't like to dwell on things, Who was here last night? Put a 1 in the comment section if you were on the show last night or in the chat. Otherwise, no one's getting the reference I'm making, including this stupid drink that I had from the drunk guy that I had to hone things down on. Shay saying mine was an umbrella. I traded a Malak. Oh shit! Dang it! I traded a Malacan. Did I say that right, Shay? Malucan for the eggs. Do your parrotlets talk? They are so tiny. Whew. Why do you have to make words that are so hard to say out loud? For a toothless hick in the country. We've got some sort of papillomavirus rabbit in Colorado. Look, they're growing black horns. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Some kind of invasive rabbit species. No kidding. Are you gleaning any kind of accent from them? I'm sorry. What a dish. Dandy saying, I got a Goppins cockatoo. Wait, we went over this. Wait, favorite job? Where am I? A 1. But I forgot what the scale was. What did I even ask you to put it down for? I can't remember. Oh, you were here, Boston. Yeah, okay, that's right. Oh, God, you guys. You can see what a night out at the bar with me would have been like back in the day. Although I could handle my alcohol a little better. Now I have a half a beer and I get just goofier than, nuttier than squirrel shit, I think is what my cousin used to say. But not wild. Not wild. You're going to have to worry about me doing anything, say, so spontaneously, ridiculously embarrassing or dangerous. I'm very well thought out, I feel. At least in terms of doing dumb shit. Especially when you get to be my age. And a lot of you guys are my age. Around my age, whatever. But I've never been in trouble for anything. I don't want to start now. I got to keep some records perfect. I mean, I did get one time with the weed, but I mean, big deal. Shay saying, they said it's not contagious to humans, but I don't trust that, and I don't blame you. The rabbit got it. Why not people? Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't lick that rabbit. No. Eddie Van Halen licked that rabbit. Look what happened to him, man. He tried to blame it on those metal guitar picks, but we know it was from Bad Badge. We know it was from Bad Badge. Damn it. Only Big Fish, Small Pond will appreciate that comment. I'm so sorry. Shay says I'm carbon dated. We went up to the Grand Mesa and fed chipmunks and alpine squirrels the other day. Grand Mesa. They must make the good tamales there. My shrink should have started out her session by saying, did you ever get... I forgot what EBO was already, too. Wait a minute. Oh, no. You guys, my memory is... Okay, listen. When it comes to memories, I have a steel cage memory for odd little shits for my whole life. My family, friends, whatever, will be like, I have no recollection of what you're talking about. I don't remember. And then it'll turn out I was right. But my memory from 5 minutes ago, my short-term, what do they call that, memory, is terrible. And I see EVO, I'm so into UFOs. I'm like, extraterrestrial biological entity, you know. We better look at this bacon. Whoa. We don't want to mess around with bacon grease. Be careful. It's frying. Oh, she's frying up nice. And now is when I get taken down on camera. What would you guys do if I was taken down on camera by a pack of coyotes? Wouldn't that be something? Almost like a back to the earth kind of thing. Dandy saying, I'm a well of useless information, but my memory shit. Exactly. I'm a well of useless information, I feel also. I'm not as much as some people I know. Some people I know really are like incredible at trivia. I don't consider myself incredible at trivia, only maybe minorly above average. Boston saying that rabbit virus is nasty. It will evolve, and Boston should know because she knows stuff like that. She's a nun, a traveling nun, much like Sally Field. Dandy saying, they did say to stay far away and keep pets away from the wart rabbit. Oh my God. Did you guys hear about the squirrels that are eating flesh and blood now? I'm not kidding you. There are squirrels that they found them eating field mice. They killed them and ate them. Isn't that fucked up? And they had like blood around their little squirrel mouths. Oh my God. What a nightmare. What a nightmare we're living through. Oh shit. Easy bake oven. Not so easy as far as I'm concerned. Everything was always gooey when it came out. I majored in psychology. If you ever need a good counselor, Boston. I had a shrink. I used to tell everybody, but I thought it was so cool that like, it's like I need a shrink. I don't want, I would like to have an attorney on retainer, someone that can take me to the country club at least once a year, buy me lunch, and if I have any questions, I'm kind of pretentious like that, you guys, believe it or not. I know you see me living out here in the wild. But I am a bit pretentious when it comes to other people's professions. I want an attorney on retainer. I want, my own hairstylist, makeup, so forth. She wants that damn easy bake oven. Boston, I mean, the funny thing is they probably cost 10 times more today than they did back then. as a collector's item. Shay, oh God, Dandy, you are me. Dandy saying, people eat people. Should I be surprised with nature? No, but you should be with Charlton Heston. Mustang says, watch out for bears, farmer. I don't know if they're not down here, are they? I mean, a little south for bears. Shit, that would be terrible. I mean, I do have my thingy with me. You can't say it on YouTube Live or they'll take you off the air. And at 2 hours and 8 minutes, I don't want to get yanked off the air now, although we've only topped out at 9 people watching. So that's why, it's like somehow I get 10 people involved in the conversation, but only 9 watching. And those are the kind of numbers that someday in the year 2300 will make you successful. Be right back. Going for the B&G. God dang it. Another letter. I don't know what it means. The B&G. Does anyone? Dandy saying, I'm a licensed MedSage therapist disguised as a hippie. Massage therapist. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of a, what do you call it? Just a typo. You're a massage therapist. Yeah, see, I don't know. Like, I thought I'd probably make a pretty good massage therapist, but I like to get massaged. Like, I do enjoy a good and I like to do it for other people, but I don't really charge money for that, I don't charge money for that, you know what I'm saying? That comes with other services, Boston saying, Dandy, what? But I do appreciate the art of just good wholesome massage. Wholesome, I said. Yeah, Soylent Green. Yeah, you got it, Boston. Yeah. I love that Boston gets mine. You're eating people. Yeah, Soylent Green. That one my mom made me watch when I was like 7. Yeah. That one freaked me out. But you know what freaked me out the most as a kid? Honestly, no horror movie per se. It was the docu drama on HBO called Nostradamus, starring Wolfman Jack. No, not Wolfman Jack. Oh shit! Who's the guy that did the War of the Worlds? Help me out here, guys. Very famous film, with the ship. He's got the ship and the. That was his first big one. Then he did War of the Worlds and Orson Welles. And he used to do like a radio show too. No, that was Wolfman Jack. Anyways, Orson Welles did this Nostradamus kind of docu pick on HBO back in the early 80s. And it scared as a 7-year-old. No, I was 7. So I was born in 72. So it must have been 79 or 80 when it first came out. And we were stealing HBO with a wire in the back of our TV somehow. And so through the fuzz, we were watching this, and it scared me so bad I started bawling. And I'm telling you, I couldn't stop focusing on. I kept asking my mom questions like, what is cannibalism? Oh my God. My mom regretted the moment she let me watch that. And it was the middle of the afternoon. We all watched it as a family. And then they, ritualistically put a cigarette on me to get the tick out of my skin. I'm writhing around, they're like, I see a black thing on, get the tick. Don't waste a good Riley cigarette on them, dummy. Get your scrawny ass over here, boy. I miss the old days, though, I gotta shake the bacon. Hang on. We've got to shake that moneymaker. Oh, shit. Don't shake it with the top off. You know what I'm going to do with this bacon? That bacon's motherfucking done. I don't want to over bacon the bacon. Hang on a second. Put the bacon back. Baby's got bacon back. Here I am. Bacon. She's ready. Ah, there we go. Shay. George Orwell. Wait, no, Orson Welles, I thought. No, it's a Orson Welles, George Orwell. No, George Orwell wrote 1984. Shay saying, ha ha ha. You can't get one by me, Shay. I know you're smart. I was born in 78, says Dandy. My neighbors put me. What's going on with my screen? Why is that weird like that? That is so strange. I was born in 78. My neighbors put on Freddy Krueger. It forever changed me for sure. Now, I was born in 72, but also my neighbors put on Freddy Krueger for me. It changed me forever. You didn't, I mean, I don't care what age you were for that movie. Now, granted, okay, I'm 6 years older than you, but that was what, 1980, 81, 82? I don't really remember, Dandy, to be honest with you. 83, 84? For the first one, when it first came on HBO. You want to know one of the very first movies I ever watched on HBO proper that we weren't stealing with all the fuzz in it? Was the debut, oh God, 1980. All the boys from the neighborhood went over Tommy's house and sat on the floor for the movie Alien. That was so... I mean, we had the popcorn, the blankets on the floor. Here we are, 8 years old, 9 years old, and watching Alien on television for the first time. And they're cussing. There's boobs, I think, in that movie. Sigourney Weaver whips those cans out, I think. Awesome cans on Sigourney Weaver, by the way. No offense, ladies. I'm gay. But I can appreciate, a nice figure. And I believe that Sigourney Weaver had a nice figure. Yeah, she reminded me of that one chick in the no boy, all those teenage boy movies from the 80s. Help me out here. That was also a favorite movie of mine. Weird Science. Yeah, but I know it wasn't the same person. I Survived Frankenstein. Yeah, I went and saw Young Frankenstein at the movie theater with my stepdad, I think. I liked Mel Brooks as a small child. I liked old people a lot. Dracula, yeah, love that stuff. Yeah. You had magic sheets. See, and I had magic mushrooms. Everything was working out okay. Yeah, maybe it's because the first time we saw those kind of effects. Maybe, but I think, Shay, it was such an out-of-the-box story. Yeah, we had been through the monster movies of the past, right? And even your mass murderish sort of Friday the 13th, whatever. But the guy, that Robert Englund guy that played that Freddy Krueger with that smelly fucking sweater and that glove, and the whole story about how he was like, the neighborhood weirdo, kid murderer guy. And then oh man. And then because it happened in your dreams, all kids dream, so it was like, it was psychologically warping, but I loved those moments in life so much. Looking back, because I can remember these specific nights of doing those things. That's how memorable some of those movies and times were. The same with other classically good movies that weren't horror movies. Like, Ghostbusters, saw at the movie theater the first time. Goonies at the movie theater the first time. Star Wars at the drive-in originally in 77, 76, 77. Empire Strikes Back. Both for the re-release and the original at the movie theater. The big ones I made it for, yeah, Superman. Yup. Maybe I'm bi, Ruth. Maybe I do like chicks a little bit. I don't know. You're right. Maybe I am bi. I mean, I think girls are pretty. I've been to strip clubs and stuff. Oh look, what gay guy doesn't like lavender and sparkles? And that shrimp buffet at that strip club on Thursdays, it's like you don't know what's going on around there. Jesus. You guys are bad. And I'm a good tipper. Ghostbusters. We got the best of the first of it all, in my opinion. You're so right. You know, they used to say, she blinded me with science. I love that song. Maybe I'm bi. I'd probably just try. Jaws was one, but you know, I was a little bit too young for Jaws. One rated R, 2L's 4. That came out pre Star Wars, I believe, Shay. But I remember that I went with my mom to pick up, and that was a summer hit. Shay, correct me if I'm wrong. How's my memory? I was 4 years old. I wasn't able to actually watch the movie, but I remember my sister and her friend were on summer break, and it was a summer hit, and basically made for high school kids and college kids, I think. They got really big, you know. And there was probably boobs and stuff in that too, but I mean, you know, Richard Dreyfuss. And I remember dropping her off. Oh, you guys, you know what? I forgot to say we're on a battery timer here. I just went totally dim. Let me see how much time I have left. Hang on a second. Or my percentages, I forgot. Oh, I still have 30%. Shit. We got time. But yeah. So yeah, Jaws was memorable for me in that way because I literally remember the day that my mom and I dropped my sister and her friend off at the movies and picked her up. Why I would remember something like that being 4 years old and I'm now 53 almost, I have no idea how or why I would remember that. When I saw Jaws, it was raining out after the movie. I had to force myself to go across the parking lot to avoid the puddles. Yeah, that scared the poop out of people, that movie. Jurassic Park, little pizza program for reading from Pizza Hut. Oh, no, that's awesome. See, I kind of feel like with Jurassic Park, I was like just the wrong age. You know, like I just wasn't young enough or old enough to appreciate Jurassic Park. I was probably exactly like 20 and being like, I'm not watching some stupid ass dinosaur movie when we're sitting around my house taking acid and watching John Waters movies, you know, or we're watching, you know, River's Edge, or we're watching Blue Velvet, or we're watching any number of cult type classic movies. My friends were all very punk rock and all very into art and all the pushing of the boundaries and Andy Warhol movies and all kinds of stuff like that. We wouldn't have been caught dead watching Jurassic Park on a, you know, so that was just fell at the wrong time. Now, however, I've gone back and I enjoy that, you know. Dandy saying, my first movie theater that I remember was the original Bambi. Yes, I saw that at the, yes, I do. I cried too. Yes. So sad. I had no idea that was going to happen. I had no idea. I don't know if I've been right ever since that little Bambi died. Or no, the mom died, I mean. Oh, right? I haven't seen that in a long time. Fever. Yeah, the deer got a fever. Yeah, it's so sad. Some kind of probably Lyme disease, a little bastard. Enemy Mine, yeah, gay alien love story with Lou Gossett Jr. and Jeff Bridges, sure. Yeah, not a lot of gay alien movies, you know. I didn't recognize it then as that, but I think it's like a gay alien. Is that the moon? Why does it keep moving? Yes, that's for sure the moon. Yes. It's not moving, and I can see with my eyes it is the moon. If that wasn't the moon, let's say, for example, if I spun this computer around and the moon was actually in the other direction, clearly being the moon, that'd be fucking freaky, huh? For anyone that's ever seen a UFO or an anomalous object in the sky like I have and recorded, you know, you look twice sometimes. Shay, I know you know what I'm talking about. Tony Podesta. Dandy saying, it's going to be full soon. It's always beautiful. Farmers ready to single and ready to mingle. Yeah, not a real big mingler. I used to be a mingler, but not for those kind of mingle reasons. Nothing I enjoyed more, Eli, than probably 20 years of going out and being with real friends. I understand the bar experience, especially in a college town, for a lot of younger people involved trying to get laid. For me, it was never about that, honestly. I never went to the bar to get laid. I went to the bar because, one, I'd be pissed if I didn't get laid and spend all that money. I went to the bar to genuinely hang out with the people I liked. And we always made a point to hang out together and have a good time. And we were always very careful. And I don't regret those days at all. Expensive, probably wasted a lot of money. I'm not sure Junior would approve. But I would have had beer with Junior. See, I think Junior's a cool guy. I mean, he's got the most adorable profile picture out of all of us. So that kid looks like trouble. But I am single, and with enough elbowing, I'm ready to mingle. I'm not over it yet. I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready to give in. I've been alone my whole life, though, Eli. You got to understand that. So, as ready to mingle as I am, mingling typically, for me, doesn't involve a relationship. I hope that doesn't sound crass. I really do. But I could tell you that I've only slept with beautiful people, and I want to thank them so much. I want to thank them so much for giving me that opportunity. Oh my God, you guys are killing me tonight. I don't know if I have the bug video. You said it earlier. I don't remember. Did you send it to me? Oh, Shay, I don't remember. You got to resend me the bug video. Full moon Sunday night. Well, it's a harvest moon. Great album. Follow up to Neil Young's album Harvest. After, I think it was like the 20th or 30th anniversary of Harvest, he did a album called The Harvest Moon, which I'm quite fond of. A lot of great songs, even though they came out in the 90s and not the 70s. I'm a big Neil Young fan here. Yeah. I think Neil Young is just about the cheese on the biscuit. I mean, some of those songs, man. Cinnamon Girl, fucking Down by the River, but come on. So many great songs. Jay, you gotta love Neil Young. Oh, your last email. I haven't seen your last email. When did you send it? Is it under your name? Or is it some other name? Shay. Yeah, Eli, that's a classic for sure. If you want to cry. I can't listen to that song without tearing up and shit, so I like to listen to more rock and stuff. I don't like, man, if I get so affected sometimes by stuff, I don't know why. It's so ridiculous. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be a sad song. You'd have a double helix moon. Yes, and also probably PTSD. Oh, well, let me put that up. Derek, if you mooned us, we'd have a double helix moon and PTSD. No, I don't think my ass is my best feature, Ruth. Honestly, if I was going to do that, I'd just go right from the, I think I have great calves. I'm not going to lie. It is a harvest moon. There are tons of harvest festivals in Colorado this month. Well, hope it rains out there someday for a long time. Shay says, yeah, I'll get it quick. Cool. Farmer, have you ever heard Leader of the Band? You mean like Leader of the Band? I've heard Leader of the Pack. Vroom, vroom, Oh, I could look that up and put it on. What you mean? No, I don't know Leader of the Band. I know Leader of the Pack. That's it. That's what I said. I gotta pee really bad. I'm not opposed to doing that. I could still talk and stuff. I just have to kind of go off camera. YouTube will yank me. Well, you know what I'm saying. They can be anything anyways. I'm just saying, I don't want to get banned on YouTube, you know. But, you know, I got to let Mother Nature take its course for the moment. Be glad I'm not Ron Logan. I'd be smoking a doobie and taking a poop right now, you know. Oh, yeah. I'm not so sure I can move back to the city, you guys. I might not be qualified to be a city dweller. You know, I do this kind of move in the city. Next thing you know, they're throwing me on the ground and putting me on a list somewhere. I just had to pee. No, I just had to pee. I swear I'm not like assaulting anyone. Yeah, well, I do like that about the country. I can tell you that much. I gotta put some more wood on this fire because I got plenty of wood. Enough wood for everybody. Come on, baby. I like a nice fire, nice big fire. We went over this, didn't we? Especially when it gets dark out because I get scared. I'm not gonna lie. Can you guys hear me okay? Or am I just talking to myself over here like some kind of strange old man walking around in circles? And besides that, can you hear me okay? Yeah, we're about ready to spark up a nice fatty. Boom, boom, baladdy. Oh yeah, come on, baby. Oh, that smells so good, you guys. I love the smell of a fire. They would have you believe you can't have a good fire in the winter because it's cold out. I mean, isn't the point of having a fire? Boom, wait till that bitch gets cranked up. You guys are about to see some shooting flame. Dude. Isn't the whole point to that it warms you up? Oh, Dandy. Hi, I'm glad you could hear me good. I'm glad you could hear me good. Boss is saying Eli, yes. Dan Fogelberg, I don't know much about him, but I know he's a singer and a songwriter. Oh, good. Thank you, Shay. Send it. With the wait, I did see that. I swear to God now, it's coming back to me, Shay. You sent me a creepy bug video. Hang on a second. Let me check my email. Hang on. Shay's going to interact on that level, guys. We have to take the time and look. I want to do that. But I won't put your email up on the screen, okay? I don't think I'm doing that, am I? Wait, you guys couldn't see that, right? Okay, good. Okay, wait. I think I may have seen this. Okay, I'm putting it on Shay. Hang on. Shay has sent... Oh, no. Shay, no. I don't have Facebook anymore. Oh, there it is. Yes, I saw this. Okay, wait. I can share this. Hang on a second. Can I share this, Shay? Wait, let me ask Shay if it's okay if I share this. Hang on. I have to go back because I can't read the comments. Oh, Dan Fogelberg. Oh, you're saying Dan Fogelberg, leader of the band. Oh, shit. I'll look that up. Give me a second. Let's do this bug thing. Ruth Love's leader of the band, by the way. So she knows it. Shay saying Fogelberg's acoustic accompaniment. Damn it. Why are you putting big words in there? Jamie Rigsby sat in a tree and played guitar and sang at my friend's wedding. My friend got caught masturbating in a tree by his own mother. So it's a weird tree kind of synchronicity thing going on. Yeah. It's coming back to me. You sent me a creepy bug video. Yeah, she did, though, Dandy. Wait, you're talking to me when you say that. Why don't I put that back up? Yes, she did. And it's creepy. It's really fucking creepy. Oh, wow. We're going to put it on. Hang on a second. Here we go. Oh, wait. How do I... I have to stop that screen. It's so weird. It's so weird, but I feel bad for it, too. Like, almost like, what are you? You know... I'm sharing it, Shay. I don't... Okay, here we go. Where'd it go? Come on. There we are. What is that thing? Dang, girl. What's that thing? That's weird. That's like one of those new conglomerates. All this kind of stuff stuck together, made a whole new device. Yes, look how big the fire is now, though, too. I told you it'd be big in a second. I've been saying that my whole life. That is weird, Shay. Really gross. But I did remember it. I did absolutely remember it. And especially as soon as I saw it. All right, then. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, tonight. No, by any means. But we'll play out with the Fogelberg song. You got to get you a woman song, says Boston. I agree. Paula's here. Hi, Paula. I was about ready to go off the air, but if you know my show, the rule is if just one person comes in, I have to stay on for another 4 hours. So I just want to say, because of you people, I am not going to get any sleep. But I want to say hi to Paula, and I'm so glad that she is here for her second live with me. And if you came back, that means at least the first one was appropriate enough for you to come back. So, hello, it's me. Oh boy, I didn't hit that note. Sorry about that, Boston. Nice to see you too. I lost friends after I invited them over recently to watch The Fly. I'm baffled. Well, I'm not if it's the Jeff Goldblum one. Like the nerdiest fly ever. Like, I'm gonna lick you and stuff like that. And I got glasses on. I'm gonna put you in a weird little thing. Paula says, nice to see you. I agree. It was transparent, had pom-poms on its tail, like with fiber optic. You know, it could be an alien, Shay. You already know that, though. There's no reason why alien drones can't be small. They know a lot more than we do. I've never seen anything like that. So clearly, that doesn't mean anything, but it's also possible. Did somebody maybe new move in the neighborhood? God damn it. I'm a bad person. I'm just saying, sometimes you have to be careful, My friend got some bananas once from the store, had, Black Widows in it, Shay says it was we did the pom-poms. Dandy's saying, good to see you, Miss Paula. And I agree. Excellent to see you. That was on my ceiling. Yeah, it looks like something like two things stuck together. Like one thing was like, you know what? You're kind of hot. I'm gonna like wrap around you, and somehow we're gonna like undulate together. Like whatever the fuck that means. I don't know. It's creepy though. It's creepy. I'm gonna take it off there now. It's definitely creepy. You do not live on Plum Island. Stop it. I've had Lyme disease. You weren't there. You can't handle the truth. Oh, Hogan. Sorry, Hogan. Didn't know you were on Plum Island for the Nazi get-together. Oh, yeah. How was the strudel over there? Did you drive your Volkswagen across the causeway? Shay, what is it an orb? Shay, what if it is an orb? See, I can do this, Boston. I don't need you guys to get it right. I know, because I type the same way you all do. And that's why I know when you guys make a mistake. Shay, what if it's an orb? Boston's saying hi to Paula. And Paula's saying thank you and hello to everyone. Well, I actually don't want to speak for Paula. She's not saying... Actually, Paula's not saying hello to everyone. I want to make that clear. She's only saying hello to me. And the rest of you can kiss her ass. Thank you. Just kidding, Paula. Paula's awesome. Yes, Paula is Owl on the Prowl's second subscriber. And Paula is from New Zealand or something like that. If my memory serves me right. Something like that. Something like that. I got some of the facts right. Which is better than what Indiana does most of the time. Boston saying, Shay, how wonderful. Oh, shit, you guys. I'm really not even hungry. I was way hungrier earlier when we were talking about beans. And we had a whole food. You guys, it's like almost like we've already had dinner together. And we've had, I do have dessert, by the way. Has anyone had dessert tonight? And if so, I'd like to know what exactly have you had? Because I have coffee cake for when I make my coffee after my burger, and Michigan small curd cottage cheese. Shay saying, some kind of moth at Boston. I filmed it a couple times and it flew away and I never saw it again. Its wings were outlines with fuzzy something like a pipe cleaner. I see that. I totally saw that. Did you do a reverse image search on Google or an image search or whatever? You know what I mean? When you can you could take a screenshot of it maybe. Although that shit never works for me when I really want to know something. Never. Comes up with the goopiest shit. Nothing even related to the picture I have. Son of a bitch. I put my tin hat on. Carry on. Triple cherry pie with vanilla ice cream? Really, Ruth? Triple. Let me think about what you just said. Triple cherry pie. That's like having the steak for 2 for 1. Oh, what do you have, sir? I had the steak for 2 for 1. But you don't mean triple the size, the slice necessarily, but triple the amount of cherries. Or are you saying 3 individual styles of cherry? I need to know. I'm a details guy. I'll tell you guys that. I know you're nowhere near Plum Island. That thing might have been. Yeah, well, a band of angry ticks put it on some kind of ceremonial think Egyptian, or Ark of the Covenant style carrying device, where they put it on their little tick shoulders and carried the poison all over the country and gave us weird shit. Who knows? Ooh, we had blueberry cheesecake I made yesterday. Okay, Dandy, let me ask you. I'm a details guy. We've gone over this. Are the blueberries mixed in with the cheesecake? Or are we just talking a topping of blueberry sauce with some chunks of blueberry on top? I need to know. Shay, how beautiful. How beautiful that thing is. Boston giving, you know what? Here we go. Can I just say, I'm going to start crying now. Boston, you do it to me every time. I've had one beer here on the Derek Farmer Network, and I'm very emotional. And I just want to say that Boston is calling that bug beautiful, which is why I know that Boston is the kind of person that would have said, whew, Mrs. Farmer, it's a beautiful baby. You still would have somehow found the beauty in it, it being me. Oh, that's so sweet. Are you in upstate, Shay? Boston would like to know, Shay, are you in upstate of mind? Ruth says 3 kinds of cherries. Heavenly. Okay. Because when you say triple cherry pie, to put 3 times of one kind of cherry, Ruth, there still has to be a crust cherry balance. You understand? And to throw that off with 3 times the amount of cherries and the same amount of crust, I would expect a thicker crust, is all I'm saying. Thank you, Ruth. I didn't know there was more than one kind of cherry. What do you got? Marciano? You got the cashew. I don't really know. Ruth, shut up. Did you make it? Did you make it homemade, Ruth? By the way, if anyone ever sees a werewolf, a UFO, a spider, or a armed psycho behind me, please put a 666 in the comment. I would like to know, because I am well armed out here and may be able to defend myself with enough heads up, you know. Many moths are beautiful, and Boston, I agree with you. It's only the fact that you have this thing that leaves you with enough powder on your face to go on camera. Do they become a bit cumbersome because they hit you hard? They hit you hard. Boom! There's a moth. Boom! You know, if they're real big, you know. And then you got that little powder puff on your cheek, and yeah. Boston, no, store-bought. Wait, Boston. Ruth says no. But oh no, okay, you didn't make it yourself. Okay. Oh, the coyotes are starting to bark. Oh, Henry, the loons are back. Oh, these loons rip your throat out? No problem, Henry. Get on your little boat on Golden Pond, Henry. Shay says, it wasn't a very successful diet, but I wish I knew how they grow so sweet. Those sweet carrots. I don't know why you make me giggle so much, Shay. You guys, I've never done a 3-hour show before, so there's no potential or possibility at this point at 2 hours and 45 minutes that I'm going to quit before 3 hours. So if anyone wants to leave and take a pee, or perhaps have a piece of cherry pie, or say I love you to a loved one, or even to let a family member know that you care about them, because for all they know, you're in a bunker somewhere for 3 hours, I'm fine with that. But I'm not getting off this fucking camera until that 3-hour mark is at least gone by. Ruth says, and bang. Dandy says, I miss a condensed syrup of lavender and blueberry swirl to the cheesecake. Oh my God. Damn you. Why do I feel like I'm on that one cooking show on NPR that was made fun of on Saturday Night Live, you know? You guys are so friggin' adorable. I love it. Boston saying, oh yes, and what is that powder? Wow. Well, that is a quite a deep pleasure, Boston. Dandy says, I tucked and rolled hours ago. Condensed syrup of lavender. Wait, I want to go back to this, Dandy. Hang on a second. Condensed syrup of lavender. Now, the only time I've ever tasted lavender, again, was at a strip club. And you had to eat the glitter with it. And glitter really doesn't have a flavor. It gets kind of caught in the, in the back of your throat. But what does lavender syrup taste like? Does it taste like it smells? Everyone can relate with how lavender smells, right? But does it taste like it smells? Like opium does. I'm sorry, Mr. Steve. I've smoked opium. As Oprah said, I did your drug. She did say it. She said it. It was the 80s. We were talking crack, but she did it. Grandpa raised honeybees back by the tracks, but he grew lavender and other flowers by the bees made honey so sweet. Bing cherries. Bing cherries. Shay says, hey, what did one cryogenic technician say to the other cryogenic technician? Shay, you didn't put the answer because you were waiting to see if I read it first. And I did justice to that. I'm going to reread it again. Don't put it up yet, please. Hey, what did one cryogenic technician say to the other cryogenic technician? Dandy saying, cherry mash, Bing cherries. Dandy, sometimes I feel like you're on a different plane than me. Boston saying, lavender, rhubarb, grapes, daisy, sunflower now. Taste that honey, bitch. Dandy saying, I make a divine cream cheese. Lavender, honey, lemon cookie. Don't be fooled. You guys are driving me crazy right now. Oh, and if anyone would love to send me a cream cheese filled lavender honey stuffed lemon cookie, you may send that to P.O. Box 190, Edwardsburg, Michigan 49112. Icy dead people. icy dead people. Oh, you're terrible shit. I always say, I see dumb people. I'm gonna have another Pall Mall, if you guys don't mind. And until we are the length of a remastered Lord of the Rings movie, then we have not completed our task for the night on the Derek Farmer Social Club. After all, if you're gonna take time to drive to a social club, do you want to go there for 20 minutes and drive home? Does that make any sense to you? Or are you going there for the benefits, for the night, for the company? Coming in and out of the room, the excitement. Good God. Oh, by the way, we do have time constraints, though. And we're still at 18%. I feel confident with that. I do like a new computer for that, you know. The battery lasts extra long. You guys have to admit, that's pretty good. When I got the cameras running, okay, that's detracting from it. I'm larger than most people, so probably more pixels, whatever, are going to have to use up that battery. I'm making that up. I have no idea. But at 3 hours, I feel good. My old computer would not do 3 hours. No way. Not broadcasting. Maybe if I'm watching Kurt Jaimungal. I'd like to say hello to tonight's sponsor, Kurt Jaimungal. A sweetheart of a man. And a very handsome dude. Dandy saying, I make a divine... Wait, we did that already. Boston saying Dandy with some hearts. I don't know what that means, but she loves you. A Dandy saying Shay, and you know what? This is what it's all about here, guys. It's not even about, like, a diatribe. I joke and say diatribe. But what I really mean is I like the conversation. Yeah. Dandy says, for real, I Google a recipe. Me too. I like to make new things. You guys ever make a Cuban pork sandwich? So good. I love Cuban pork. I love Cubans. I have a serious attraction for them. Okay, look. First of all, you don't ever want to fetishize people, okay? In my opinion. So I don't like to say, look, I got a thing for ethnic folks. Because that sounds awfully fetishy. You know what I'm saying? But I really do love exotic people. Polynesians. Or perhaps a Persian. So sexy. But again, it's not about just fetishizing someone. I'm just saying that's just a bonus, And those Nicholas brothers, are no exception to that rule. Oh my God, I got the biggest crush on those dudes. Those dancers from like the 50s, those guys, they did I Got a Gal in Kalamazoo. They're so handsome and so talented and cool, I got a crush on him. Is that the right word? Is it okay to have a crush at 53 years old? Eli, are you still in the room? I don't know. Am I single and ready to mingle? My point is it desperate to have a crush at this age on someone who has been dead for 30 years? I mean, they were like older than me in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? But I love to watch them dance. You did the twist with Chubby Checker on stage once? Really? Seriously, Shay. Wow. and then you shook again like you did last summer. I mean, you twisted again like you did last summer. Oh yeah, when you know the second hit wonders. Shay's got some rock and roll stories. Wait, Shay, what did you do? Shay says, no wonder my phone isn't charging. The under the cord is on the floor. God, I've done that before. Oh my God. It's like, yeah. You wonder why it's not, but but it makes a little like a little zzz, sign when it's Boston, it's a great idea, but at our age, you have got to watch the knees. The last thing we need to do is throw a knee out of place at this age. Dandy's saying, I've got the biggest crush on that hat. I'm attracted to pelicans. That's so funny. Ruth saying, Shay, I got cut in half by a magician at a casino in Vegas. Oh my God. Ruth, I don't know. Was it tingly at all, at least? I mean, I know you're not allowed probably to this day to give out trade company secrets, but in your mind, were you cut in half, Or were you really cut in half? Oh, that fire feels great. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That right there, look at that. It feels, and it's chilly out, So there's no bugs. It's like 50-some degrees out right now here in Cass County, Michigan. And I can feel the immense warmth from this fire sort of floating its way over here. And I'm not going to lie, it feels doggone good. That's a pretty wild story, Boston. Ruth. Boston agrees with me. That's a pretty wild story. Did you prefer the short version, Ashtray? Ruth said I was scared. Part of me slipped into a hidden box. It's probably still a small space, And think how your lower extremities felt being separated from you. They were nervous too. Dandy says it's chilly in Colorado this evening, but we're in a fire ban. Well, yes, since 1998, you've been in a fire ban. I mean, the first year I moved to the Front Range, to Fort Collins, it looked like an Irish Spring commercial. The year was 1994, and it was green. And after that year, it was brown, and the falls never came down onto out of Horsetooth Rock the same again. Back in the old days, you could climb to the top of Horsetooth up in the foothills of Fort Collins, and there was a large pond up there that you could jump into as if it were a 6 or 8 foot deep individual pool, where the water would run in there, and it had dug that out over millions of years or thousands of years, whatever. But it was a natural rock pool where you could sit with your friends like this and put your arms up on the edge, and as the water gushed in, the edges were smooth, and you're at the top of the mountain, so it's not all gross and weird. The sun's hitting you. And after that, the falls never ran. It used to be called Horsetooth Falls. Now it's like a little drip or something, But when I was there, it was a major falls. In fact, I wrestled a fake a rubber alligator for my roommates once in a small creek coming out of those mountains that we bought at the what they call flea markets on College Avenue in South Fort Collins as you're heading south towards Denver. I'd like to give a shout out to my old employers out there on College Avenue, Highway 25, Deli Works, the world's best sandwiches, the Allman family. Absolutely some of the best folks I've ever met in my life. Mr. Allman looked like Mr. Belvedere. Mrs. Allman made homemade bread every day with the best Hungarian mushroom soup you ever had in your life. And they're still running it out there. If you're ever in Port Collins, you stop by Deli Works on South College Avenue. They'll treat you right. You tell them Derek Farmer sent you. It's been 30 years, but they don't forget. Shay saying, Boston, I am in East Central Illinois. East Central. So let's think about that. Not really. We don't want to narrow you down too much. Very historical area, though. I mean, that's all that whole area is so, like, historical for settlers. Boston Christian says, to the cops' behalf, it was a crystal clear jellyfish, but big. Ruth, Boston's laughing at you. Oh God, Boston, Ruth is laughing at you. Boston says, Shay, what a lovely area. Oh, yeah, it says a lot like Michigan over there. This whole area like that. Probably, I got to imagine that East Central Illinois is much like a Central Indiana or Southern Michigan. It's a series of farm fields and or great vineyards and or hills and Irish Springs and lakes and creeks and rivers and valleys. It's very beautiful. This whole entire upper Midwest and Midwest is gorgeous until you hit Iowa. No offense, Iowa. But you all know you in Nebraska be the boringest state in the fucking country. As someone who used to live in Colorado and drive back to Michigan a couple times a year, it's worse than when I drove to Alaska. People say Montana's boring. I go, not like Nebraska. If you ever visit Colorado, go by Rifle Falls, Chiba Hut off I-70. Certainly been on I-70. I used to work in Greeley, Colorado. I think that's some kind of I-70 shit. Also Loveland, Colorado. The Valentine's Day town. Loveland, Colorado. Lake Loveland. Ran a Papa John's and a liquor store there. Boston Christian says, Ruth, it really hurt all the way down thighs, long tentacle things. You got bit by some kind of weird shit. Farmer, go back. You missed your first part. Uh-oh. Damn it, Boston. What did I do? Oh, here we go. Boston saying, I got put in back of a cop car once, kind of slammed. I guess you would say I kept screaming because jellyfish down front of my bathing suit, he thought I was on meth. You know, Boston, if I were to tell you that's happened to me at least 3 individual times, would you believe me? Shay saying, I'm malfunctioning again. Oh, Shay, you poor sweetheart. I love it. God, I want to smoke a doobie with every one of you. And if you don't smoke doobies, then I want to have a cup of coffee with you. Dandy says, in 1994, I was 14. Let me think about that. So you're born in about around 1980. And you're not that much younger than me, really, to be honest with you, Dandy. You used to think you were young, but, you know, that's not that young anymore. 1980. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But I don't mind getting older, you guys, really, to be honest with you. I feel healthier than I felt in years. After my car got repoed and I had to walk everywhere for a year, that cleaned up my lungs quite a bit. And going without food because I was poor took some weight off. Also, God, Boston, you got some stories, Boston. See, and when your name is Boston Christian, like, you're like, okay, well, this person has spent every day in the covenant, you know. You know, you're in the back of a cop car screaming at him and shit, you know. I like you more and more. Let me get. Oh yeah, Runza. Yeah, I doubt it. It's with a Z, by the way. Hey, oh my God. Stop by, heard Cass County in Georgia. I lived on Cass Mountain. And pre-Civil War, our county was also Cass County. Sherman broke it up into several different counties. And oddly enough, Mama Cass choked on a peanut butter sandwich right there on Cass Mountain. Mr. Steve, how you doing tonight? I'm so glad you're here. now, this is a good one. And I'm going to tell you why. There is no way in hell I'm quitting the show now. And at 3 hours and 3 minutes, we are continuing on with everybody right here with us right now. I love it. Shay, do you have bears there yet? See, Dandy, I told you I know everything. And by everything, I mean all the dumb shit. All the dumb shit is what I know. Runza with a Z. I was talking about this several shows ago. Why would you take your child? What child says when you say, "Oh, honey, we're in a hurry. What kind of fast food do you want?" "Oh, Mom, I want the place with the wrapped cabbage roll." First of all, you're cleaning that up at some point out of one of the holes, okay, that you get at. He's going to crap himself. He's going to puke. You don't give kids wrapped cabbage rolls from fast food places. That's not smart stinking thinking. Ruth saying, "Mr. Steve, you missed it. It's for the best." Well, not really. And first of all, Ruth, let me say, let's put that comment back up for a moment and see what you said to Mr. Steve here. "Mr. Steve, you missed it. It's for the best." Well, what if he didn't miss it, Ruth? What if he's been watching this entire time and taking notes on just exactly how idiotic we all have been this entire time? And now he's ready to come out and say, "You guys, I thought I could relate with you, but you are so friggin' out of hand that I'm calling the police on you." I'm just kidding, Mr. Steve. Oh, man. Best Sammys ever. I heard Mama Cass choked on a chicken bone. Google it. I thought it was a sandwich. Really. You're not supposed to feed Mama Cass's chicken bones. You don't know that rule? Well, if it is a crime, Mr. Steve will get to the bottom of it. A Boston saying, just to close that story about the cop, well, he said, you're gonna have to take the bottoms off so I can remove the jellyfish and put this on a meat tenderizer. Whoa. I hope that was a female cop. He said, ain't nobody putting my meat on a tenderizer. Ruth says, "Mr. Steve, please don't call the police." Well, not yet, in case it's an emergency. Danny, it's been good having you here tonight, too. Mr. Steve, I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope it's warm down there. We're getting a little chilly up here already. I'm not sure. You might be out on the road somewhere. I'm not sure, your schedule, of course, but it's getting doggone chilly. I'm going to throw a little bit more wood on that fire, you guys, if you don't mind. You could marinate with each other for a moment. And in fact, I'm just going to lightly put my burgers back on this hot grill for a minute, too. Kind of keep them where they need to be. They're all wrapped up. Yes, tonight, Mr. Steve, we are having a Danish blue cheeseburgers with a thick cut bacon on a pretzel brioche, along with red onion and yellow mustard. So welcome to the show. Where we get really goopy on one beer, but we don't drive, even on one beer. Because if you're goopy on one beer, just because you blow under the limit doesn't mean you should drive. You should really be judging by how you feel, not by what you blow into a little machine. Although that's important, the point is, you could be well under the legal limit and not be safe driving. That is a fact. And that is me when I drink, which is why I do not drink anything and drive. Anybody got a joint? But that's the truth. Alcohol really affects me. It just does. And having a perfect driving record, I don't want to screw that up. Boston saying, hey, of course, to Mr. Steve at True Crime Web. A long-standing relationship, I believe, between Boston and True Crime Web, and I think possibly the place I met Boston was with Mr. Steve and True Crime Web. Dandy saying, oh, no, I didn't burn the bacon. No, the bacon is off now. I turned the bacon off. No way am I burning that bacon. I love bacon. That's one beer between all of us. I know. I'm such a lightweight. Actually, this isn't a beer. It's one of these new fandangled things oh, good. Let me see what you got to say here, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve says, home in Florida the next month or so before closing out a cold case road work for this year. Awesome. Well, yeah, it's about to be winter here in Michigan. We don't seem to have seasons anymore. It just goes from balls hot to a freezing cold. I don't remember any in-between times like the good old days. And, oh, wait, what was the point of alcohol, Shay? Oh, that it kind of gives you a little bit of a kind of a goopy thing? Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's why I like it for that, too. But, to be honest with you, it never took a lot for me. I was a cheap date. I would have maybe a couple beers. And now I have turned it on at the bar, But to just sit around my own place and chug back a bunch of booze isn't me. You guys know that. I have one or something occasionally, and it is a social hour night. So, and considering I got this one Smirnoff thing for free for the guy that I thought was going to try to kill me last night, I'm going to drink it. Boston saying thanks to you, Mr. Steve. Thanks. Jeez, if I could just read right, we'd be doing good. Thank you, Mr. Steve from True Crime Web. Well, I don't know, Shay. What's the point of alcohol, though? To get a buzz? Because some people truly, I'll take my buddy Justin, for example. He quit drinking, and you guys remember non-alcoholic beer from, like, when we was kids? They called it, like, near beer or, like, what was that name they had? Zinger or Zing or Bing or some shit. And it had, like, no alcohol really in it. But it tasted, duels and crap. Like it tasted like garbage, like flat, regular, cheap beer. Now they are literally crafting non-alcoholic beer to have the full flavor varieties of all your microbrews. And it's a big deal. I had no idea it was such a niche market, so that you can enjoy, for the people that do enjoy a small craft beer without getting affected by the alcohol. That I find to be highly cool. I really do. Because the point then isn't to get drunk. The point literally is that you like the texture and the flavor of the beer itself. Because really, if that's what you drink it for, then you don't need the alcohol. You see what I'm saying? Same with decaf, I suppose. I love the taste of coffee. If you were to give me a decaf coffee, but not tell me, but it still tasted good, like a small batch coffee would, why would I care? Right? Wow. Can you guys hear that right now? I have the background noise turned off. Who is lighting off such a semi-automatic rifle at almost 10 o'clock at night in the dark? I mean, boom, 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 boom. You guys, when you move out in the country, you learn the difference between what fireworks sound like. Oh, I'm about to lose my battery. And Mr. Steve just got here. Oh, man. Oh, well. He'll understand. It's getting critical. It's telling me to plug in. So, guys, if I go out, know that everything's fine, that I just ran out of battery. What? No, it doesn't. Oh, my God, I have to plug this machine in. You can't make a statement like that, and I cannot run out of battery after a statement like that. I've never had that before, Mr. Steve. THC, I've heard of it. I don't think it's legal here in Michigan. That's legal in Florida? You know, I bet a lot more things are legal in Florida than in Georgia, probably. It's almost like you say here in Michigan, the further north you go, the further south you get. But the same thing's got to be true about Florida. The further south you go, the further north you get. Does that make any sense, what I just said? Because in my head, it does. In a conservative social sort of spectrum, you know. I want to ask you so many questions right now, Mr. Steve, but I'm not gonna because it's disrespectful. I want to know why that intrigues you. Damn it. Someone else make a comment. I mean, Mr. Steve's the last one. I don't want to just put the pressure on him, you know? It intrigues me too. I mean, I feel like I'm having that when I have a doobie and a beer, but I don't think that is the same thing. And THC infused beer, I've never tried that in my life. I would absolutely try one of those. 2 if they really liked me. Oh, this fire feels so good, you guys. I don't mean to say it. I wish y'all were sitting around it with me. To be honest with you, but as a bat, being able to talk to you guys in real time is such an awesome option, and I don't think people are using this internet right. Let me just say this to the general public: you guys need to adjust your internet game. You may think you're having fun breaking in and out of videos, top 10 lists of useless bullshit. But the real action, you guys, is going down when you make connections with real people like you used to do in real life. And that's what we do right here on the Derek Farmer Network. We make connections with real people. From big chuckles to moose knuckles, we're doing it all here, from UFOs to camel toes, right here on the DF network, you know. And Mr. Steve, tell me the best friggin' show in the world wouldn't be me and you drinking a THC infused beer on camera and reviewing it. God, that'd be great. I know you're busy though. Me too, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. I'll make excuses because I don't want to feel like a loser, you know, but you're actually busy. And, oh, man, I couldn't think of a better one night in my life than to hang out with Mr. Steve. Probably eat some, you know, pancakes too, you know, or something like that, you know. All the states with differing degrees of cannabis usage are open markets. Yeah, it is getting kind of odd. I don't mean odd. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, it's always been the least damaging of any. Everybody knows that it's not heroin or methamphetamine or cocaine or even a lot of these pills. Let me tell you what. I have taken handfuls of pills, Mr. Steve. I'm kidding. But I've had a couple here and there. I'm from a pill town. Pfizer, Upjohn was headquartered here. It's not Pfizer. Your vaccine, you know, that either saved and or killed everyone was made right here in Kalamazoo. And at Pfizer. Shipped right out of Portage, Michigan. My point is, some of those drugs that they make in pill form are hella more strong than a little couple puffs off of this. Because I know, because I've tried them at different points in my life, even under prescription circumstances. When I shattered my ankle and they gave me a fentanyl patch and some pills at the same time, I never felt better in my life. I could see someone getting hooked up on that crap. And it's no wonder, with as much of a hassle as this life can be, that Michael Jackson wasn't trying to anesthetize himself nightly with propofol, for Christ's sakes. But, you know, I think just for the natural substances, yes. Both beer and THC together would be a tasty treat with a friend and possibly a cigar or something, you know. In much of the way that a snifter of brandy could be considered a time that you would loosen up and have a conversation with a new friend or perhaps even a political candidate of your choice that you're trying to butter up just right to get what you want passed. Big Fish is back. Big Fish, you can't do this to me, Big Fish. First of all, you guys, it's beyond my regulation. This battery has a little triangle in the corner with a exclamation point literally inside of the triangle. I'm not sure what the next step is besides the screen itself blowing up. Dandy saying, you got to think about that, though. I don't know what I got to think about. You got to be more detail oriented than that, Dandy. I've been trying to run a show here for 3.5 hours. I can't even remember my middle name. I mean, every time I say I'm supposed to do a shot, you know. Oh my God. Look, you guys. I think we better cut it. I think you've had enough of me tonight. And yeah, well, I'm glad. You know, Mr. Steve, I just want to say it's a bit of a mismessaging between states when on this side of the border, and I don't mean the Mexican border, I mean the Indiana border from Michigan. Mr. Steve, I'm talking about the Indiana border. You know, here you know, like I said, on your license, they have 2 boxes. You check either indica or sativa, and you go down to Indiana with anything, and you get thrown in the hoosegow for like half your life. You know, they don't F around in Indiana, you know? So it is a disparity. I don't like that. I think laws that either throw someone into jail or gives someone else a tax break for doing proper business should be rectified in our country. And nobody can do proper banking business because it is still a federally Schedule I narcotic, right up there with methamphetamine and heroin. Not heroin. Yeah, heroin. But not cocaine and not morphine, because those are Schedule II narcotics. Why? Because they have medicinal value. Cocaine is a natural numbing agent. And anyone in the old days who possibly had their nose ripped off in a car accident or a cheek broken would have their face stuffed with synthetic cocaine, possibly delivered by Carlos Santana or whatever his name was. You know, playing the guitar and bringing the coke. Big Fish saying Oregon has had legal weed for 20 years. Yeah, they're a little bit ahead of the country. Michigan's not far behind. 2010, we made it medical. My cousin ran Happy Days in Battle Creek. I helped him run that there until the state police shut us down with machine guns. I'll tell that story on the air sometime. That was the old Attorney General, Dick Schuette. What a shitbag. I like our new Attorney General, Dana Nessel.